Sweet. That's a good sign. Okay. Recording audio. All right. We're good. Okay. Here we go, everybody. Sit back and enjoy this thing we do in 3, 2, 1. Greetings and welcome back to There Will Be Dungeons at therewillbedungeons.com. We play D&D here, and we like to play it with you, watching us or listening to us, otherwise participating in the fun. My name is Scott Johnson with Bo Schwartz, John Jagger, Kristen Ashton, Kyle Ferguson, and Baby Chunks are all here. We're going to have a great time tonight, so sit back and enjoy. Before we get too far, time for Kristen to catch us up. Oh, sorry, Bo.
Before we go, we got a message from our friends over at Phoenix Pearl Tea.
Oh, what do you got?
We got a thing to let people know, but of course I'm not ready with it, so I just need a quick second.
Yeah, all right. You take your time there. You do what you got to do to pull that up.
Super professional.
Yeah.
Dragon Engine intensely spicy smoked masala chai is back in stock. So apparently that's a pretty popular one, the Dragon Engine flavor that we ran out.
It was a hot seller
for those
for sure.
folks that are ordering Dragon Engine. It's back in.
Yeah.
So place your orders.
Yeah.
At phoenixpearltea.com.
Yep.
/TWBD.
There you go. Go at phoenixpearltea.com /TWBD for all the There Will Be Dungeons branded teas. And they're all good. And you're going to find something you're going to like. So go check those out. Okay. Now I'll toss it to Kristen. We'll catch us up on what happened last time on There Will Be Dungeons.
Last time on There Will Be Dungeons, the Barosaurus burst through the brush. Varel vaulted at the vile Vire, blade blazingly bleeding the beast. Nash froze fur, frustrating it further, and accelerated an already ardent Varel as Stanley transformed into a terrifying and tenacious Tyrannosaur. He chunked the challenger with a crippling crunch. Wounded and worried, the Barosaurus took to a tree. Awful offered a lasting liberty. Hope hurried in, nabbed its numbles, and yanked. Maimed and mauled, the Barosaurus fell to the floor, perished, pancaking Hope. Varel benched the body off his buddy, then commenced carving up the cadaver while the rest recuperated. But peace was petite as deer drew in. The hooved hurrayed the hunters for murdering a menace, then pursued provisions. Something seemed strange. It was Stanley who revealed the ruse. They were enchanted evil elves. Disguised as damage, they spun spells. Hope hasted in, strangling one and struggling with another. Delo also dared damage, silencing a second, but too few had found fight. Suggestion caused Hope and Omnom to scrounge like squirrels. A blast direly damaged all, but Nash and Stanley banded together and blew them to bits. Nash launched lethal lightning that bounced from brute to brute. Stanley then sought to sear them, but Delo gave up his gambit, boxed Hope in a bubble, and flew into the forest. Immediately, a Stanley spell split the remaining rivals, and he soared to the skies as an eagle, eyeing where Hope was hurried. Hope had been carried into a cave cut into the Cordillera. The group gained ground and gained the entrance. They came upon a room of radiant rot. Nash, being Nash, pondered the peculiarities no one posed and mouthed a mushroom. Luckily not lethal, his gab glowed, dazzling those that dared descry. Now rejoin our heroes as they discover the Delo deception. Who has collected in the cavern? What do they want? And when will our adventurers abstain from allowing additions to their adventures? Stay tuned for today's adventure within the sacred halls and green walls of Elhandar.
All right, Bo. The bucket is in your yard.
It is indeed. I'll try to use it for the right thing.
Okay.
So welcome.
I don't know why I said bucket in your yard, but it'll work.
Below the treetops of the great boreal forest within the Elhandar space station, two lizard folk and a half-elf peer into a crack in a mountainside as Nash Maggard of the Solar Mines, a hooded abomination of a man, mouth agape with light pouring out into the cave, begins walking through the crevasse between the mountains, leading into a cave. The forest behind you is crisp and cool, morning air. Wind gently brushes the leaves. The forest is both still and alive with the noise of wildlife. The sun rises and climbs above the mountainside and shines down atop your foreheads, just cutting over the mountain's edge. Ashmagard, you proceed into the cave. Head back, light pouring out in front, but you can still see so that your eyes are down low, like looking around. Inside the cave, you see mushrooms of different kinds refracting and glowing off the light that's pouring in from your mouth. You see blue mushrooms and turquoise mushrooms, aquamarine mushrooms, orange mushrooms, yellow mushrooms, and green moss, and brown stems with weird bulbs atop it that sort of dangle like this of their own volition, recoiling from the light as you cast it upon it. Now, Scott.
It's me.
Your character, Nash, sees before you, amongst the mushrooms, a cliff that rises up 5 feet to a higher ledge and a cave moving deeper along. To your left, there appears to be a side passage in the same room, allowing for a hill up to the ledge above. You could choose to climb, you could choose to walk to proceed, or you could choose to pick the mushrooms and stay a while. But before we get into what you're doing, let's remember what we were doing from last week. You came to the forest to hunt the Barosaurus as a form of bonding and sport, a way to get away from it all. As you slew the Barosaurus, deer approached, speaking to you and befriending you, thanking you for your service to the forest. But it turns out they were agents in disguise, and elves appeared as mages, attacking all of you. You slew the mages, but before you could do so, one of the elves placed Hope in a bubble with a weird wand device that had a detonator taped to it, like a button device. He tossed it to Dillanoria, the young applicant for apprenticeship with Stanley, who took the ball and the wand and ran with superhuman speed into this crevasse. You've been chasing Hope to this location and hopes to rescue her. The story is yours.
Is everyone just behind me?
Yeah.
Just behind me, right? Like I'm just like sort of just ahead of you kind of thing?
Yep.
Okay.
We're sending you ahead.
And Bo, you said I see a what'd you call it? A crevasse? Like a hole somewhere? What'd you say?
It's a cave. Like between the mountainsides, it's a cave that leads down, but it looks like a split in the mountainside as it goes into the underground.
Okay. I'll convey that to everybody and say, do we want to go in? And as I do so, just, I want to go in. Do you want to go in? And the light just goes, because my mouth opens with like light, right in everybody's face.
Yes, Nash. Scout the cave, please. Make sure it's clear.
Are you coming with me?
We're behind you.
All right, stay close. And I'll head into the cave.
Okay. Any particular instructions or which way you're going?
I'm looking at it's still the Roll20 layout.
Mm-hmm.
Current? Okay.
Should be.
Looking right
You
now.
guys are in the cave. You'll see you move to the north where the mushrooms begin.
I'm gonna move here.
Sorry, what did you want? How did you want to move in? Not where did you want to move?
Oh. What do you mean in terms of order?
Well, are you just walking in haphazardly, or are you doing anything while you move in?
I would move.
Do you have a direction?
I would move stealthily, and I want to move to the west here, toward this.
Okay, so you want to sneak in? Or are you going to close your mouth while you sneak, or are you going to leave it open?
I'm going to do like this. So you have to look at the camera to see this. I'm going to go like this. I'm going to go. Okay. So I'm just going to shoot like a downward.
You gonna shoot the light down?
Yeah, like a little
Tactfully?
flashlight.
Okay.
Almost like someone's holding the flashlight, but low. I don't want it to be up and like in anything's face. I just want to kind of make sure I can move.
Make a stealth roll, but you get a -5 modifier because it's difficult to keep the light under control in a way you've never done before.
Damn. Okay.
Unless you're are you skilled at stealth?
I am not.
You'd have the box filled in on your character sheet, like
I am
next
not,
to the circle.
I have it, but I'm not. Well, what am I?
Yeah, everyone has it.
Yeah, I'm a
but
plus
you're
one,
trained,
so -4.
No. So you're trained in it. You see, there's a little notch next to your list, and
Yeah.
some of them are filled and some of them are not.
Yeah.
That means it's a skill you've received training in that you're learned in. So if you have a black dot there, it means you get a proficiency bonus for it.
I do
So,
not get proficiency for stealth.
Yeah, you're not trained in stealth. So even if you were good at it, it would be like natural good and would not be as good as a trained weapon, right? So yeah, -5.
So I have a +1, so effectively a -4. Let me see what we get.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's that'd be a 13.
Okay, so you attempt to keep the light under control, but little flickers get out here and there as the angles are bad. You have difficulty controlling it. You're not very confident that you've remained in stealth, even though you were quietly moving to the left passage that ramps up to the ledge atop it.
Okay.
You move there without event.
All right. Okay. I'm gonna also. I want to see this place in here. I want to go in here. Hold on. There we go. See where I'm marking?
Mm-hmm.
I want to go in there, and I want to do that as stealthily as I can, again with my lip light.
Okay, well, you have a look in the crevasse that's to the side, to the left. There's a little cave opening naturally formed. Looks like maybe something made its lair there a long time ago, but there's nothing of interest aside from these black mushrooms that are growing on the side, along the side of the wall, like these half mushrooms that sort of jut out that are on the wall.
Okay.
You notice some orange, like lichen-like substance to the right of it as well.
Do my nostrils emit any light, or just
yeah, they do.
Oh, I'm going to close my mouth and just use nostril light because that's already naturally pointing down and giving me ambient
perfect.
light.
There's two little like headlight lights on the ground in front of you.
Yep. Okay. Excuse me. So now,
Bless you.
I don't know if I should yell at them to say we're clear so far or not. So let me think about that for a second.
Yelling.
Seems
from
like
the
a
thief's
bad idea.
toolkit.
Seems like a bad idea. I will now attempt to move stealthily to here.
Okay. You can maintain your roll for that as you move up the hill, and as you approach the upper ledge in this cave room, you see that there are two very large blue mushrooms in this room, and like big enough to be, like a patio table, how you'd have an umbrella, like they're that big, like you could take a nap under it. You notice around these particular mushrooms, they glow a little bit, and the light seem to absorb the light, even from your nose as you sort of lift a nostril to sort of just touch it with it. It reacts to it and shudders a bit, and little spores fill the air.
Okay.
There are all kinds of mushrooms underneath it as well. Looks almost like a comfortable bed of mushrooms. Both to the left and right, the place is packed with
And
innumerable species of mushrooms.
Are these blue ones as big as I think they are? Like they're...
Yeah, they're 20 feet. That's 20 feet there.
Okay.
Each square is 5 by 5 feet, so that's a 20-foot diameter mushroom head.
All right, I'm going to go just a little bit further, right here.
Okay.
And I want to make sure I don't see anything dangerous, because it will be at this point that I'll...
As you step forward to that part of the cave, just stepping in a little bit, you notice the ground underneath where there are green patches. It's very mossy, and your foot sinks in about 2 or 3 inches into the ground.
Oof.
It's comfortable, and you're not restrained. It's just soft ground where previously you had stone rock. You notice that the moss is extremely thick.
Okay. So I'm not sinking, right?
No,
Okay.
it's just there's lots of give in the ground.
Okay.
There's like a crunch. There's like that satisfying wet, like you know, when you step, I didn't quite do it right. You know, like when you step on really wet grass, it's super thick. Like,
Oh, I know what you mean. Yeah.
yeah,
I do like
you
that,
sort of have
actually.
that feeling, but it's moss, not
Okay.
grass. It's like stepping on sponges.
Well, I mean, Stanley wants me to really scope the whole joint out, so I guess I'll keep going.
I mean, you can do. You have various checks that you can do, right? And if you can just keep moving through it, but let me know if you want to.
You know what? Given
moves.
the gushy ground, I would like to do a survival check or something to that effect.
Okay,
like
well,
nature,
so
whatever.
you don't describe to me that I want to do a check. Describe to me what you want to do.
All right,
and
here's
pick
what I
the
want to
check
do.
that does it.
Here's what I want to do. I want to see if I want to try to see if there's anything around me or near me, including what I'm standing on, that represents a threat to me right now. Like if I keep going,
Okay.
am I,
So you're looking for enemies, like movement, like so that would be a perception check.
Perception,
please.
okay.
Yeah.
Can do. Oh, whoops! Didn't do my modifier. Hold on. That is right there, +1. So that would be a 14.
Okay, so you quiet your mind a bit and quiet your movement of your body so you can hear sounds. You don't hear much. You just hear this sort of like drops, moisture, condensation in this very dank cave. It's otherwise deathly quiet. You don't see any sudden movements in the shadows or anything like that to suggest there's a predator around stalking you. The one thing you do happen to notice with your little bits of light is that the scratching on the walls on either side of the cave entrance that sort of dragged on their way in, you see them where the cliff is, as if whatever that thing was that created the abrasion along the rock walls on either side crawled up the cliff and moved deeper into the cave.
Like upward to the ceiling of the cave?
Well, no, upward to the north and then down the passage. You see there's a passage to the right there, to the east on this map, that past these long phallic-looking mushrooms that are silver and black.
Those penisy-looking ones up in the corner there?
Yeah.
Okay. I guess you said phallic. I didn't have to say penisy.
It's okay. They're synonyms. It's cool.
All right. I'm also just a little worried about the variation of fauna in here, or flora rather, and I don't want to find out that something in here is like a spore that's going to spit at me. So I'm going to be concerned about that.
Certainly, your estimation and cataloging all of these, if that's something you'd even do, it's going to take you some time. Could be weeks.
All right, we're not doing that. I'm going to move all the way in here.
And certainly your friend has been stolen and you suspect into this cave, so there's some urgency with keeping up with them, perhaps.
All right. Anything new now that I've moved here?
You move deeper into the cave, sure to not disturb the mushrooms, and look around, and apart from some shuddering and definitely some spores, or that those little flakes that hang in the air in these kinds of places, where your light shines, you see like that there's definitely material in the air.
All right. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to carefully come over here to this edge, and then I'm going to put on the underwear floater, and I'm going to float down.
Your DNA, it's always on.
Yeah, it's always on.
That's your secret. I'm always underwear.
And I'm going to come back down to the group from that cliff up there. I assume that overlook right there just drops down to where I was before.
Sure, because you have floating, you can float down the cliff, so you go...
Right.
I do it too fast.
And I'll come over here and say, the cave seems fine. There's a lot of mushrooms and stuff. I didn't touch anything, so I don't know. It's a little squishy at the top, but it's not bad. There's unexplored space to the east, but we could all move up so that I'm not too deep in there on my own.
In this loop that Nash performed, how careful was he? To our eyes.
He was actually quite careful. He was earnest in his caring. It was strange watching him with the lights coming out of his nostrils shine everything, and he definitely was not stealthy with the light. Although he tried his best.
Cool. And he made it by this particularly brainish one without
Yeah.
incident?
Mm-hmm. He walked by without incident.
Cool. All right. Well, that's all the information I need. I would proceed forward and climb up the small cliff edge.
Perfect. All right, so you begin making your way into the cave, climbing up the cliff edge. Make an athletics roll, please.
$21.
All right, you clamber on up easily. Omnom follows you shortly behind you as your second. Gets a natural 20, takes one hand, vaults up top 5 feet, and hops up top and makes no comment about clearly doing it better than you. And then and you both make it to the top. Omnom stops and looks around and says, "We should proceed with caution. I fear a ruse." Sorry, we're just warming up, folks. I don't know if I nailed that or not. It's Kyle's laughing me out. I was like, "Uh-oh."
No. It was more. I didn't know if he was being stealthy or not because it's Omnom talking.
He's matching your he's matching you essentially. So
Okay.
if you were stealthy, he was stealthy.
Okay.
All right, Stanley's gonna move up, and rather than do the climb, he's gonna do just a little run and try and do a little parkour jump, kick off the wall, and land up on the top.
Okay. Acrobatics roll, please. Sorry. Acrobatics. Roll.
That's a 15.
Okay, you make it up with that event. As you described. All right, now that you're atop in this higher room, you see the plethora of mushrooms throughout the room, all various kinds. All pretty harmless looking, lots of different colors. You see a passage to the right near some particularly phallic looking mushrooms. The rest of the room seems untouched, except for the obvious markings along the wall where something dragged from the entrance of the cave up the cliff and to the right where you're heading.
Cool. I would take the lead at this point and navigate into this area, but being cautious of these often described phallic mushrooms.
Okay, perfect. And so are you proceeding with stealth or are you proceeding quickly and just being careful while moving quickly?
Careful while moving quickly.
Okay, so and what events would cause you to stop?
Talking lights of unnatural nature, flying
Okay.
orb with hope in it.
Very good. So you begin proceeding briskly this time, no longer delaying for the investigation of the mushrooms, having felt enough that it's safe enough to continue on. So the pace picks up. You rush down the cavern, turning to a right, and run into a room that's filled, even large room that's filled with mushrooms. And as you walk into this room, you notice amidst the mushrooms, the room has two sort of levels. It has like a lower level and a higher level to the back of the room, the opposite of where you entered. And atop that cliff, you see Dillanoria standing. And I'm just going to reveal something of the map here for everyone. So I just need a moment, please. I should not have gotten rid of his thing. So I got to find an elf token. Oh my god. It's the little things that get you.
Friggin'
You know,
elves.
I've got all my other stuff. I don't have an elf. All right. One sec. Sorry, guys. I can't reveal the map without this. Okay, perfect. Come on, buddy. Okay. I realize it doesn't make great podcasting, but I am just going to do this here and reveal the room to you.
Ooh.
All right, do you guys see the larger expanded room? So, Varel, you rush briskly into the room, into the cavern room, and you see Dillanoria standing atop the cliff. He's standing atop the cliff, kind of motionless, but kind of ready, as if expecting you in the dark. And he has his hand up with the wand in it, and he has Hope in this floating blue sphere. And Hope's kind of sitting like with her knees up to her chest, kind of, because you can't really stand upright in the sphere, sort of sitting in the sphere. And she's floating inside with sort of and sitting very calm. So Hope, you're now a part of the scene again, but you can't hear anything outside of the sphere. Okay.
All right. I would like to, if possible, my hands are at my side as I'm walking because I got no items.
Mm-hmm.
I will enter into the room, but at my back, I would like to do a swirly motion. So my hand goes behind me and kind of like does a couple circles in view of my companions.
Okay, and what are you communicating to them?
Well, that's for them to interpret.
Got it. Okay.
But that is what I'll do, and I will proceed after making this motion briskly into the center of the room.
Okay, perfect. All right. Sorry, I'm still cleaning up just the last little bit of map things. Okay, I'm back here now. All right, so you make... I didn't see the gesture you made. That's why I was asking, because I was fiddling with map stuff. Gotcha. So Varel, so Stanley and Nash, are you holding back, or are you continuing on along with Varel?
I would follow some distance behind him, but I would follow.
Okay.
I'd move in, but I'd be moving maybe around this way, fanning out a little bit.
Flanking, if you will.
Yeah.
A little flankage.
Flankage. Okay, perfect. All right, so let's get back to the description. All right, so you enter into this larger cavernous space. This place is filled with even more mushrooms, just everywhere on the ceiling, on the floor. There's lots of open space where there's just cave, but you're struck by just how many mushrooms and how much fungus is just growing in this entire room. In particular, there are these large green pieces of fungus that have these large claws in them that are green and yellow that sprout throughout the room. They look like plant life, but they look menacingly like actual dragon claws or claws of some beasts that are larger. Atop a higher cliff stands Dillanoria, and he holds the wand up to the sphere that holds Hope. And he looks down upon you as you enter, and he says, "You took your sweet time."
I did no such thing. You ran magically fast.
Sorry, I'm collecting notes for a second. I think I had a thing here, but... All right. Okay, perfect. All right, so Dillanoria is standing atop the cliff. He hears your comment, and then he turns immediately to Stanley, and he says, Still trying to keep up, are you, Valironath?"
I think I've done a fine enough job so far.
Well, I knew it wasn't going to be easy separating you from your friend. But I urge you, for the sake of friendship and our history together, Stanley, let me take this one.
And why exactly would I let you do that?
Well, as I'm sure you're aware, I am no apprentice. And it just so happens she has something I need. So, I didn't expect you to dispatch those pathetic elves so quickly. But here we are. I need Hope. And for what I need her for, she won't survive. But I ask you this, Stanley. What would really be missing if she left? And how many times is she going to turn her back on her friends in order to gain the favor favor of some vampire. Or even now, I'm sure there's a story to tell about this arm she has on her.
You seem to know me pretty well. You seem to know us pretty well. As a matter of fact, you even seem to be after Hope, who I don't think even she knew was going to wind up here, which is puzzling. So who are you? What's the history?
So many questions, Valier. So little intelligence. It's a good thing you're handsome.
Look, you want Hope? I'll tell you what. I can give her to you. And I'm gonna cast Dispel Magic on the bubble holding Hope.
Okay, perfect. Let's get out the thing. You're immediately going to cast Dispel Magic. All right. So tell me what the requirements are for you to spell it, including the cast time, please.
Okay, so I'm casting it at 3rd level. It's an action. It is any spell of 3rd level or lower automatically ends. For each spell of 4th level or higher on the target, there has to be an ability check that I roll using my spell casting ability, and the DC equals 10 plus the spell's level.
Okay, perfect.
So if it was a 5th level spell, the DC would be 15 that I'd have to beat.
Okay, but you've got to make the roll, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Make the roll then, please. Yeah, you'll have to make a roll. It's not... Yeah.
Roll good. Okay. Plus my spellcasting modifier. That's an 18.
Okay. You successfully cast Dispel Magic upon the sphere, and it has no effect.
Oh, shit.
And Dillanoria looks at you and goes, Stanley, so rude. Come now. Let us talk.
What exactly are you hoping to talk about? I'll move a little closer.
You weren't moving stealthy. Not a step closer, Stanley. Oh, sorry, he says Valier.
You're in the middle of mocking me. Go ahead. What is it you want?
Next to him, he says, Hope is not my first plan, Stanley. She's a means to an end. But I might be interested... Oh, wait a second, I missed an important part. As you take a step forward, and he says, and you do your Dispel Magic, he in turn flicks a little switch on the wand. And Hope, you are inside this sphere. And you see these grains of sand begin to descend from the ceiling of the sphere. And then they go, boop, 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 and they pop into spheres. Big white spheres with little panels of green. And you guys can see this too. And they fill up the ball that you're in, like you're in a lottery ball machine, like all these little balls. Boop, 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 boop. And you can tell immediately they're the empathy grenades, and he's filled the sphere with empathy grenades. And Dillanoria
No! Damn it!
Dillanoria looks to the party and he says, there are enough empathy grenades in this sphere to render Hope catatonic for the rest of her life. Not dead. Just nothing. So the next time that you or any of your companions, your heroes of the wastes, that you like to call yourselves, decide to try anything else, Hope becomes a vegetable. And he thumbs the finger on the detonator.
So your threat is that you destroy Hope for your own means, or you destroy Hope.
For what I need Hope for, I don't need her to be herself. I just need her body.
then the same thing would happen. Your threats are empty and useless.
But your friend will be forever gone.
She'll be forever gone if you take her. You have now presented us two options that are the same. And you are a liar, and have never told the truth in our presence. So we have no reason to listen to you.
You let the savage speak for you, Stanley.
He's doing a pretty good job. You haven't exactly expressed a point that is getting you out of here. You've told us we can act and lose hope, or we cannot act and lose hope.
I didn't expect to get caught. But here you are, on my heels.
So let's tell a little bit of truth then for a moment. We here, judging by the scratches on the walls, are in the Barosaurus cave, yes? Which you had us empty out for this very occasion.
No, the Barosaurus was just an excuse to get you here.
Get us here. So you had us fight a Barosaurus, so we could enter a cave for another reason when you could have told us that adventure was in this very cave and we could have come here with you in the first place.
The cave was not... You being in the cave was not part of the plan.
It's such a beautiful cave, though.
Those miserable elves, they die too quickly.
Ah. And are there more companions of yours in this room? Perhaps
I wonder.
posing as shrubs or small spiders?
I have not called in my companions in a very long time.
Ah, I see. So we advance the plot to another hurdle. Your companions. Are any of these companions called masters?
I call no one master.
Good. Excellent. Now we're getting somewhere, Stanley.
I need hope to complete my return, Valir.
Well, let me tell you what I think's going to happen here. You're telling me we move forward, you kill Hope. We let you go, you kill Hope. Here's what I know. You try anything, we kill you. If you want an exit out of here, you're going to have to let her go.
Oh, brave words. And then you hear the sound of applause echo throughout the cave. Brave, brave words, Valir. How you have grown these past months. And his face becomes more menacing. I'll tell you what's going to happen. You're going to let me leave with hope. Or you're all going to die. That's what I know.
I propose a different strategy. You enter a mushroom-eating contest versus Nash Maggard of the Solar Mines. The winner takes Hope.
I can't believe you haven't found better allies by now, Valir. You really are as pathetic as I remember.
I just thought since you wanted to waste time, we would come up with a better task for you than standing on top a small pile of rocks.
There's one other option here for you, Valir.
I'm being ignored.
If you would do to shut your savage pet up a moment while the esteemed races speak. Return yourself to me, Stanley, and I shall let hope go.
Ah, there it is. Dime Talus. Taking over somebody else, I see.
A satisfying smile creeps along the face of Diladoria in an unnatural way that looks both menacing and just crazy. Just like his face changes shape and it's weird. And he says, "There it is. That must be the human part of your brain. It's like having half a brain and half a cabbage in there, isn't it?"
I can't say I'm surprised. I've had us suspecting you since the moment you arrived. It must be killing you, being trapped inside a different body. What's the matter with this one? Why do you want mine back so badly?
There's something different about you, Valironath. There's something different about your birth and your organism that I've not been able to find in another. But most of all, Stanley, I just prefer it. You're a handsome man. I need a handsome body. So here is the offer. I will let your miserable, betraying friend live, as I won't need her for the little limb she picked up. Your friends can have her back, and you give me your body. But this time, no sharing, Stanley. I'm going to fold you into the smallest piece of consciousness I can, and lock you away. And I will inhabit your body for as long as I wish. And when I am done with it, I will return it to you.
Yeah, well, last time you tried by force and you only managed half the time.
Last time was different. I've grown in power since last we spoke.
Yeah, well, so have I. You might be surprised.
I've advanced my goal that we shared together. The principal aided me. I'm almost there, Stanley. I just need to return to the Feywild. With hope or with you, and my reconstruction will be complete.
You want to go back to the Feywild, I'm more than happy to send you there.
I warn you, Stanley. I'm not the fledgling you once knew. So there's your offer. Salvation for you, or salvation for your evil friend. And don't worry, I'll take care of that object of ultimate evil attached to her body and ensure it is enshrined deep in the Feywild, underneath root and earth, where no evil or good god will get it. In a way, we're saving creation, Stanley. Make your choice. And he thumbs the finger. Can I get headphones off for a bit? We're going to go to Hope, just to check in with her, see if she's up to anything while you guys are parlaying. All right, Hope. So you haven't been able to hear the dialogue that's going on, but you can see it. You can do a bit of lip reading. Might not get all the revelations, but you are floating in a bubble full of empathy grenades atop a cliff, with Dillanoria pointing his wand to you. The party is down below, speaking to him from down below. At one point, Stanley stepped forward but was stopped and tried to cast a spell of some kind, but nothing occurred from it. Is there anything that you're going to try to strategize and do here?
So I have two questions. So if Hope tries to use the hand to see if it can scratch through the bubble, would that do anything?
Like, not as part of an ability, but part of what it can do? Like, does it have a description on it that makes you feel like that could be something it could do?
She'll just try scratching at the ground, basically, of the bubble to see if it catches on anything, can rip through it.
Yeah, the bubble seems impervious to any kind of affectation from the external world that you can tell. Scratching on it certainly doesn't do anything at this juncture.
Okay, and then looking at the empathy grenades, do they look like they could be decommissioned?
Yeah, I mean, those are mechanical devices. They're not magical. So you, in theory, could, as someone with some engineering background, you probably could look at the grenade and try to start disarming them. You're not familiar with them, so there'd be some learning involved. It's not something you could do because they look like computery devices. But it's possible. If you can find the fuse, you can disarm it.
Cool. Hope will start trying to disarm one.
Okay, let's do a. Do you have a vehicle repair check? Let's do that, or vehicle engineering. You're figuring out. Let's do a knowledge check on engineering.
17.
Okay, you pick one up really quickly, and in spite of the fanciness of the empathy grenade, you do see as you sort of pry open a panel with your thick, your sharp tiefling nails. You sort of look, and you see there's wiring in there, and just like cars or anything else, you can see 3 wires attached to a chipboard that lead to a light and a switch. One is green, one is red, and one is white.
Okay. So
And if you
figuring
would
out-
like to further insight into which wire you might need to disconnect, you'll have to do another engineering check
Alright.
or
Incoming
knowledge
goal.
history check.
13.
You're not sure. You can eliminate the green wire. It's either the red or the white wire. The green wire you see sort of feeds. It's feeding LED information to a screen that's on the grenade.
Okay, so you said it's either the green wire or the white
No,
wire.
either the red or the white wire.
Either red or
You-
the white, sorry.
You
sorry.
eliminated the green wire.
Eliminated the green, so it's either the red or the white.
Mhm.
Okay, with Hope's necklace, she's going to try and turn into a stone creature.
Oh, the necklace. I forgot about the necklace. So the necklace is a shape-shifting necklace, right? Infinite
Yes.
appearances. Casting spell does not require components of concentration. Duration is extended 24 hours. Perfect. So you basically have at will alter self. So you're going to turn into which, sorry?
A stone creature. I don't want fleshy bits.
Okay. Are you going to try to expand in size, or are you going to try to maintain your size? Now remember, this is appearance, so I don't know that your actual flesh will change to stone.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
I guess that
Alter
would be the
self,
first question then.
Alter self changes your appearance, but it's magical, and if people scrutinize, they can see the veneer. You don't actually become the thing you change into. It's a change of appearance to hide your demonic forms. I believe that's how alter self works. We can double check that now.
Yeah.
Too.
No, it's
Uh,
basic shape.
alter self. Transmutation.
Yeah, none of your statistics change.
Oh no, okay, hang on. Change appearance. You decide what you look like, including your height. You can make yourself appear. No, this actually changes your shape. Sorry, it is shape changing. I made a mistake. I was thinking of something else. So yes, alter self does actually change, but so you wanted to change into a stone person.
Yes, because she's never seen the empathy grenades, but I think with this much knowledge, she can tell it's some sort of explosive device.
I think you've got to name a creature that exists. So like we can't do like, Greendale human being. So if you're just like a stone person, but do you know of a stone race that you would change into? You know what I mean? Like you'd have to.
Oh, let's
You
look
have to give
that
me
up.
You'd have to give me a creature. It says you decide what you look like: height, weight, facial features, sound of your voice, hairline, coloration. You make yourself appear as a member of another race. You also can't appear as a creature of different size than you, and your basic shape stays the same. Use your action to change your appearance this way. Yeah, so I'm just like, I get what you're trying to say. You want to turn into some kind of golem-y dude, but
Yeah.
you're still a biological life form, is what I'm thinking here. So yeah, if you can think of a race that has stone skin, I can't think of one off the top of my head.
I'm just going through the races real quick here. Just to see, you never know. Because there are birds and Goliaths and everything, so.
Now keep in mind the empathy grenades really they're not they're explosive, but they're real power. You've seen them flash before. They don't really let out shrapnel or anything like that. They affect the ears and eyes, and there's probably there's other science to it you don't quite understand. So if you're looking for something defensive against the empathy grenades, you probably want to.
A Warforged.
You're going to change it to a Warforged. Have you seen a Warforged before?
Oh, I have to have seen it.
Hope, yeah. To you, because you haven't seen a Warforged before, it would be like imagining, I'm going to turn into a mecha or
Okay.
something. Like, it's.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, you have to know it exists, even if you read about it in a book or something. But Warforged is not. It's not an Earth thing.
All right. Well, getting ready. Hope's
You've
gonna.
seen a Tungan before. Not what you had in mind, eh?
Those Tungans. Let's see. Well, she'll take a deep breath. She will close her eyes, and she will pull the white wire.
As a little suggestion for you, if you can turn. Oh, you have to keep the same size. Never mind. It's not like a suggestion. Okay, you're gonna pull which one? Sorry.
The white one. Eyes shut.
Eyes shut. Okay. Make an engineering roll, please. If you have any inspiration, it'd be a good time to use it.
Thank you for the reminder. It was the same roll, so it's gonna be a 10.
It's gonna be a 10. Okay. You pull the wire and the grenade goes off. And it snaps, flashing you with light. Make a make a wisdom saving throw, please.
18.
Okay. It flashes in your vicinity. You are now blinded. Okay. You remain unaffected by the effects of the grenade, however. But you are blinded from the flash in there. The one grenade goes off, and it doesn't set the other grenades off necessarily. So the grenade, but the device is spent, so it powers down. All right, we're going to get everyone. You're kind of blinded. Yeah.
Did that help me devise if the red one's the correct one to pull then?
Yeah, the white was clearly the wrong one.
Okay, cool. Awesome. Thank you.
Yes, you've learned this much. All right, but you're blinded and disoriented, and we're going to get headphones back on now. As the conversation continues, if you were perhaps paying attention, perhaps not, Hope did attempt, as you can see, she was very subtle about it. So all you seen was this flash emerge from the sphere. And then Hope kind of just was like, and leans over. And from what you can tell, she might have tried to disarm one of the bombs and failed, and then empathized herself in the sphere. It just flashed and went off. And the whole, because it's a sphere that's translucent, the whole room flashes with the light of the effects. And Delanoria looks over and goes, "Wouldn't be Hope if she wasn't struggling. I assure you, there's plenty more empathy grenades in there. Will take her a long time to disarm them all."
Well, it seems to me we're both standing here feeling very confident in our newfound powers, Untitled. So why don't we skip the formalities? If you want my body back, you're going to have to once again take it by force. But why don't we leave the friends out of it, and you try and go one-on-one against me, and we'll see who's actually gotten stronger.
Oh. Persuasion roll, please.
Dirty 20.
A dirty 20. Delanoria crosses his arms. And as he crosses his arms, the detonator just stays floating in the air next to him. I accept. And then he just looks at you menacingly with determination. Rules of engagement.
You, me, you pit your will against my own. Magic right here. Magic and weapons allowed, but my friends are not to be harmed.
And your friends will honor the accord?
And I'll look to my friends and allies and say, let me handle this. You can observe, but do not help me fight Untitled.
I will immediately go up to a higher vantage point to watch the fight.
Good luck, Stanley. Untitled, I'll beat you up in Stanley's bodies if you win.
That's not the arrangement.
You'll be in Stanley. He'll be gone, and I'm free to kick you in the groin repeatedly.
That is not how civilized races do it. Stanley, explain how a duel works to your minion.
Look, I told you I would duel honorably. What happens after is beyond my control if you win, right?
What happens after is not beyond your control. They are your companions. Their word is their bond.
He was going to be shoved into a tiny, 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 tiny box, I believe, where his will has no use.
That is what will come to pass should I win.
And then I will kick your butt in Stanley's body.
Stanley, this is unacceptable.
Boy, I sure would hate to upset Stanley, who no longer exists, should this go wrongly. And I start walking away to take a seat in the upper area by Nash. But what do I know? As it echoes down the cab, I'm just some savage. I'll be over here savagely.
And Om follows behind you and he says, their scalings are strange. You cannot scale after a scaling? Should you have one scaling, a subsequent scaling is acceptable, but he says no to this. Is this how elves are?
Yes, they are weak. And this one has a long history.
Nom just stands at your side, watches on. Stanley. Should I win, you will give yourself to me.
Should you win, I have no doubt you can take your prize.
You have my assurances that hope will be returned to your companions, so long as they behave civilized, yes?
I think you're smart enough to find a way to make sure that happens.
So Dillanoria begins, this body, so powerful. He punches. This one's trained in martial arts, Stanley. But I think I'm going to fight my way. And then he floats up into the air and floats down to the ground before you. And lands softly so that he makes no sound. And then he takes his hand up, and then he grabs a hilt out of thin air and pulls a rapier from nothing. And he's kind of matching you and almost mocking you in that he takes like the rapier, puts a hand behind his back, and points it at you.
What if I'm lying, Untitled? Like you lied this morning? That sure would be a shame if someone were to lie about an arrangement.
If you want to kill me if I win, you'll have to kill Stanley too.
Maybe I'll fight during the duel, because that's what a liar would do.
Stanley, I trust you've learned some teleportation magic before coming.
I've hated you since the day you killed for a sandwich.
I have.
Then let's get to it. And he walks to the center of this area here, and I'm going to put Dillanoria down here. He floats down. Varel and Nash, you guys sitting in the spectator seats up here now.
I'm floating
I
still.
move here to face him.
All right, that sounds like a good place to start. So he just walks. It's Dillanoria. He's blonde haired. He has the black. He's wearing canvas shirt and canvas pants. No longer has the rucksack he brought as part of his big camping gear thing, and he has the rapier. And he just looks like this elf. He has his one hand behind his back and one sword out. And then he says, "Whenever you're ready, Stanley."
All right. Stanley will megaphone in one hand, pull out diplomacy with the other. You know I'm going to win, Dying Towns. This isn't going to be a repeat of last time.
And show me what you've learned. And he stands there waiting still.
And I will open with polymorph and turn myself into a giant.
Oh, we have to roll initiative. There's no surprise
right,
round in it because you're both there. So if you're ready to get going, let's roll initiative. And we're not going to roll right now. We're going to roll when we get back because it's a good time to take a break before we get in a dramatic fight. So break time. When we come back, Stanley Billings versus Diane Tells, the headline match of the year.
That's right. Woo! Come on back, everybody. Here. All right, we're recording video again.
Getting geared up.
Okay. I like that a lot. That was great. Wait, what's that from?
Woodchuck could check wood.
What's the me mama me mo mo mo? What's that from?
Oh mama me mama mo. It's like warm ups. It's like acting warm ups.
Yeah, but there's some. There's some Simpsons or something. There's something where they do that, and it's really funny, and I can't think of what it is.
I don't know. They just always do that before acting class. Do your warm ups. Mama me mama mo. Mama me mama mo, or something like that. And I'm not doing it right. I'm terrible at that stuff.
All right. I think we're ready. Let's bring it back. We're doing the second half of today's adventure. Bo, back to you.
Roll for initiative. Stanley only, please.
18.
Okay, perfect. All right. Dillanoria, dressed in his, adventuring canvas pants and shirt with rapier out and one hand behind, has his turn before yours and simply waits there for you to go. Your turn.
All right, let's polymorph into a giant ape.
Okay. What's the DC, please? And skill?
There's just no me into a giant ape. There's no DC.
Oh, you're transforming yourself into a giant ape?
Yep.
Okay.
A giant ape, which I believe is my action, so I don't think I get to attack on the same turn.
How tall does your ape stand? About 10 feet? Very large?
It's a huge beast.
All right, so you immediately transform. Your body just changes shape into a giant ape. You have an ape noise for me?
He just...
All right.
It's out a big roar. That
transform into a giant ape, and Dillanoria, without a single face betraying any fear, just his eyes move up and follows as you move larger into giant ape form. I will be fetching a token for you so that you have your giant ape token. You said he was huge, right?
Yeah, huge.
There's the giant ape at the ready because we use that a lot.
Look at that ape. That thing is huge.
Huge.
I'm just going to move the guy there. Come on, giant ape. Go into the table. Did it work?
I don't see him.
I don't see an ape.
I've got one of these problems where everything's highlighted, so it's not working right, and I can't unhighlight everything. All right, giant ape, please go to the table. There we go. See him?
Hey, there's a giant ape.
Oh, yeah, there he is. Oh, geez. Okay.
Okay. Transform into a giant ape before Dillanoria. It's now. Anything else you want to do with your turn now that you're a giant ape? Did you want to do it before you turn into a giant ape, or because I think your actions are limited in ape form?
Yeah, no, just giant ape. And I think the action was casting the spell, so I don't think the ape can do anything this turn.
Okay, perfect. First. Delanoria stands there, rapier one thrusted out, one hand behind the back, and waits. Your turn.
Jeez. To quote Scott Pilgrim, "You cocky cock." I'm gonna punch him. I'm gonna punch him twice with a multi-attack.
Okay, perfect. Hit him. Give me your attack rolls. I imagine you're rushing up to him as well, right?
I don't have to. It's got a 10-foot range.
Okay, so you're just gonna swap. You know, you just like a cat swap something. You're just doing like a cat swap. What?
That's going to be a. That's going to be a 21 to hit on the first attack.
Okay.
And that's going to be an 18 to hit on the second attack.
18 to hit on the second attack. Can you roll me the damage dice for the first one, please?
Sure. $22 points of damage on the first punch.
Okay, so it's a hit, and you clobber Delanoria completely. Like, so with the first attack, so we're not going to use your second attack or its roll. The first attack, you punch so hard that Delanoria's body. Is it your right hand or your left hand?
Right.
And is it overhand? Is it right or left? Which direction are you punching in?
I figure he would just be enraged at him just being arrogant and would just swing his fist like in a downward punch.
Right hand.
Like a diagonal down punch.
Yeah, got you. So with the right hand, you swing out so violently that you hit the side of the elf. And the elf and his rapier, he loses the grip of his rapier. And the elf and the rapier go flying across the room. He hits this green thing and his body slumps to the ground. The rapier flies into an unseen corner of moss. And when you look, as you hit him and his body goes flying, it separates from, hang on, I just gotta find my thing here. Where is he? There he is. Where is he? Thank you. Layers are kind of annoying. Okay. As you punch him, and you'll see the token represents this. As you punch him, Delanoria's body goes flying. But standing in his place is a tall, elf-like man that you haven't seen since the wastes where you first found him. Blue and energy-laden, like a ghost. His eyes large and close together, almost alien-like, but a man. Some alien man. As you punch Delanoria's body, and he goes... and hits the thing, slumps to the ground. Rapier goes flying into some mushrooms, and Delanoria stands there with his arm out, handless or weaponless, except it's not Delanoria, it's Untitled. It's still your turn.
So he's in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
I can't see him. I don't know.
Oh, did I move him to the lair? He's a blue token now.
Can everybody see him? Just not me? Oh, he just popped out of me.
Oh, okay. Maybe there's some weird glitch going on.
Yeah, let me reload. Anyway, if his body's still there, that other multi-attack hit would be going for him.
Okay. Would you make a roll, please?
Yeah, we can go with the one that I originally rolled, which was an 18 to hit.
Yeah, and he nimbly steps aside of it, missing.
Oh, jeez. Okay. That's it for my turn.
Okay. Diantalis looks to Delanoria. And he looks back at you and he says, "Another poor fool brought to the slaughter by the heroes of the wastes. Now it's time for a real weapon." And he extends his hand out. And from his hand, a tree branch grows in two directions, up and down. And it starts bursting in this withered thing. And a second tree branch emerges and begins coiling around the first tree branch as a long staff emerges. Then at the top of this ethereal staff, this ethereal wood, a large ghost-like blade bending down into a scythe shape forms. And it's about twice the size of him. And it's ethereal. He stands up and he looks to me and he says, They told tales of me on old Earth. They called me the Grim Reaper. And it's time to reap some souls. And he extends back the scythe and he swings it whoosh, through your ape body. 22?
Yeah, that'll hit.
Okay. And it's large and it cuts in a 30-foot arc in front of you with this long sort of area of effect in front of you. And let's see here. Just getting my dice for this. All right. You take 12 necrotic damage. And I need you to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Okay. Just to be sure, is this a charm effect? Because I have advantage on it. If not,
Not a charm effect. It's a necrotic-y. It's a necrotic. It's a necromancer effect. It's not. It's not going to be any of these things. There's no status associated with it.
I didn't use ape stats, but that's fine. I wouldn't have passed anyway. It's an 8.
Okay, you, Stanley, and your ape form suffer a permanent -1 to strength and a dexterity.
Jesus.
And as the scythe swings through you, he brings it back again for another slice in the opposite direction. It's 12. This time you're able to resist it, but the scythe swings through you for a third time as he brings it back again for 23.
That'll hit.
He deals 15 points of necrotic damage.
Okay, and another wisdom saving throw.
Yes, please.
That's a 6.
All right, so you now have -2 to strength, -2 to dexterity. He swings through you once, swings through you again, long, deliberate, and each time he goes, ha, 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 and he slices through your ape form, whoosh, 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 culling you from existence. It is your turn.
Boy. All right. Well, I'm still a mad, angry, giant ape creature, so we're going to try to hit him 2 more times.
Okay.
The top one is going to be a 28 to hit.
28 to hit. Okay.
Well, I don't know. The -1 to strength probably adjusts the modifier, but I don't know.
What's your ape strength right now?
23, but -2, so it would be 21.
What's the plus on 23? I think it's +6.
Yes.
It's still +6 at 22 and 21.
Okay.
At 20, it'll change to 5. Let's say. I'm not 100% sure on that, but let's just say that. Okay.
No, that makes sense.
So you rolled a 28 for the attack roll.
I rolled a 19 for an attack roll.
Okay, it's a miss. He sidesteps it nimbly.
It was 19 plus 6, though.
Oh, 19 plus 6.
He still missed.
All right, it's a hit. Roll you. Yeah. Let me just check something real quick here. Yeah, you go to hit him with your fist, and you strike the ghostly form, and it passes through harmlessly. And Diantalis' eyes glow in delight.
Oh crap. Okay. All right. Well, that will be it then. The other roll for the attack was not as good. It was a 19 to hit.
And Diantalis' face grows more intense, and he says, "Yes, succumb to your master." And he scythes again. That's a miss. 18 is a hit?
Yeah.
I think. Yeah. All right, it's a hit.
Ape has 12 AC.
Oh, yeah, 12. And there you go. So 12, 18 points of damage, necrotic. And and you have to do your saving throw. Sorry.
Yes. 4.
Okay, you have -3 to strength and dex. And last roll for him, 20, so it's a hit on this guy. 12 plus 5 is 17. And I'll need you to make another saving throw, please.
Okay. Come on, let's do a decent saving throw. There we go. That's a natural 20 for a 21.
Okay, so the first one goes in, hits you. The second one, you nimbly dodge it. The third one, like by jumping over it. The third one, jump over that one too, and your ape's just jumping around like crazy, not trying to get hit by this crazy scythe. As he whoosh, 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 whisks you, and he says, "Come, Stanley. This can't be all you've got." And it's your turn.
All right. Realizing that physical attacks aren't going to cut it against this guy, I will release the ape form and revert back to.
I think that's a free. Is it a free action to do that? I think probably.
Yeah, it's just concentration. So I just assume he breaks concentration.
Okay, so you jump over a couple of scythe swings, and then as you're landing in the air, you land back into elf form, half elf form.
Yes. And then I'm going to cast Destructive Wave at the 5th level to try and blast him with radiant damage.
Oh, it's radiant
So
damage?
He has a Constitution 17 save.
Okay. It's a fail.
Sweet.
Oh,
Okay.
wait a second. But now it's a pass.
Crap. Freaking dying Talus. All right.
The roll was
So-
a failure, but well, he has other. He has. I don't know if I'm supposed to communicate this stuff because it's boss stuff, but he has legendary resistances. So nil.
Okay, so he still takes half damage. So
Okay.
the first half of the damage is 22 thunder damage, so half to 11 thunder.
Okay.
The second half of the damage is the radiant, which is 14.
Okay. Okay. Perfect. So, can you describe how this does it also hit your teammates? What's the range on this thing?
It's 30 feet in an area, and I choose the targets.
Okay. Perfect. So they're safe. All right. So describe the destructive wave, please.
So Stanley reverts from the ape, comes down into a person still holding his rapier and megaphone, and just brings it down, yells kaboom, and a wave shoots out with beams of light passing through, all of them aimed directly at Diantalis.
Okay. All right, and it has the effect of hurting him. So the thunder at first sort of reverberates his form as you see it sort of disperse a bit, and he recoils back, finally hit for the first time. And then the radiant damage. He goes, ah! And the light just sort of it appears like burning across like his arm as he lifts it up at his body. As you see these sears going. Like, what else would you like to do with your turn?
Then Stanley will say, because maybe, I don't know, maybe the magic weapon will work. So I'll say parlay and send diplomacy to go attempt an attack.
Okay.
Hold on. Because now that I'm getting into melee, I think I should probably put the negative modifier on there. -3. And it was strength was the other one. Strength and dex. -3.
Strength and dex, yeah. Let me give you your dude back.
Okay. So that is a 16 to hit with diplomacy.
Okay, perfect. He sidesteps the sword you know commanded out. It goes to strike him, and he just sidesteps it easily, as if he was as if he knew it was coming all along, and it was just nothing to him.
Okay,
Sword sails past him.
That's it.
Okay. He looks to you in your human form, and he smiles, and he says, "You have no idea the power you're meddling with." And he swings again at you. Whoosh. What's the bonus to hit? Sorry. Notes everywhere. Notes everywhere. Everyone. 17. Not a hit for you, right?
It wouldn't have
In
been,
Stanley
but
form?
it is
Yeah.
now.
Oh, because your dex is low?
My AC is lowering with my dex, so
All right.
it hits.
The hit. 16 necrotic damage, please. And the save.
23.
Okay, so you suffer. Oh, you pass that, and you suffer the 19 necrotic. Sorry, 16 necrotic. That's what I said. All right, second swing is definitely a miss. Third swing is also misses. This time you nimbly jump around. You get clipped with the first one, then another swing comes in, whoosh, and another one, whoosh. He's just relentlessly 9 swings now, just sweeping the air. And as he sweeps it, it moves through the mushrooms and doesn't affect them at all. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. The intensity in his face grows, and he begins cackling. Your turn.
Man, this guy sucks. That detonator, is it still floating up where he was standing?
It is.
All right. So Stanley is quickly realizing he is actually outclassed here. And so for his turn, he's going to say, "You definitely weren't kidding. But let me show you something I learned from you." And I will cast Dimension Door to appear at the detonator
Okay.
and take it, and then shout Lemon Tree once I appear there.
Okay, wait a sec. So just so I understand, you're making a dimension door, poking your hand through to grab the detonator and pull it back.
No,
to you?
I'm appearing full on up by Hope where the
Okay,
detonator is.
You're walking to where the detonator is. Okay.
So I don't remember where exactly that is, but up here somewhere, right?
Yeah.
Map-wise. So yeah.
It's just yeah. So okay, so you cast dimension door that allows you to teleport there. So you immediately disappear and reappear next to Hope. And then so that's your action to cast that spell.
Mm-hmm.
So you're gonna use a free action to just reach out and click the button while it's in the air, that kind of thing, or pick it up.
Yeah, I mean, do I have any understanding of how it works? I would assume it was gonna.
There's a wand and there's a detonator, and you do not know how the thing works.
Okay, I would guess the detonator blows up the bomb, so I would not push the button.
Yeah, because I use the word detonator. Well, I use that because that's what it looks like. It literally looks like a joystick with a click, click, click at the top. So it definitely looks like a detonator. It's taped with black electrical tape to the wand.
But then I would shout out to the team. I mean, I got the megaphone in my hand. I just lift it up.
All right.
Lemon Tree.
Okay, so you're not going to push the detonator button.
Not gonna push the detonator button.
Okay. An important decision that I can't tell you the outcome of either way.
Seems risky.
But your character is a cautious character, so he might look at something like that and think twice. But I'm not discouraging you as a DM from doing it if you just really want to push that button.
I mean, I always want to push a button, but it seems like a bad idea.
So you teleport up top and you take your megaphone and go, Lemon Tree! So I got that part?
Mm-hmm.
All right. And Nash Varel. So you see that Stanley has been hit several. He lost the fight as an ape. He got into human form. He got clipped again. He jumped around and then appeared up top near the detonator. And he yells at Lemon Tree, "What do you do?"
Do we have an order we have to do anything in? Do you want to? I'm ready.
I'm just asking you. I've described a situation. I want to know what Nash your reaction is. Do you stay sitting there as a watcher, or do you do Lemon Tree?
No, I do Lemon Tree. This is the team rules, so I will. Yeah, I'll be ready to roll. I want to make.
All right, roll for initiative,
Okay.
Varel.
Cheating for a cheater.
Okay, perfect. Roll for initiative too, and Omnom will follow suit, seeing you begin to mobilize.
16 for Nash.
Okay.
11.
11 for Varel. All right, and I got 9 for Omnom. Now, Hope, let's get a roll from you two, just in case. You won't have a turn, but you are a participant in this combat, so let's make sure we have a spot for you if you ever get free.
25.
25 for Hope. It's great to have high decks. All right, perfect. So, Stanley, it's your turn in the turn order at the moment. You have used an action and your free action.
I will use whatever bonus action opportunity time I have to see if I can figure out how this stupid wand works.
Okay.
Just look at it, see if there's.
You don't have time for that because a bonus action
Okay.
you can only use if you have a specific thing that says a bonus action. Otherwise, you can't just use it.
Then that's what I'm preparing to do.
Perfect. All right, Nash, you're up next.
Okay. I'm going to immediately cast Embiggen on Varel. I will enlarge him at second level. Is the only place I can do it. Yeah. All
Okay.
right. I'm going to cast, and I assume Varel willing.
Wait, during the fight, did Stanley land a physical attack on Diantalis Ghost Man?
He did, and it did nothing.
Okay.
Oh, that's right.
So
You're going to be.
we might want to get you spell casting rather than embiggening
but
the
I
guy who's
wasn't-
going to hit them with things.
I wasn't thinking because you're going to be all physical.
Well, I've got flame sword, so maybe I'm okay. But
All he gets is an extra D4 for the flame sword. I'm pretty sure. Like that's the benefit ultimately.
right,
And you're dealing with a man-sized ghost. We're not dealing with giant monsters, so the size. It doesn't seem like a good situation for a big one.
Okay.
Also, it's a small cave, so your head will be up on the ceiling.
All right.
It's a cool image for sure.
Instead, instead I'm just going to go dragon. I'm going dragon. Going dragon, y'all.
Okay. You're going dragon. Okay.
Yeah, full dragon. Look out. Here's the dragon.
Here's a dragon thing for you.
I had a sound thing, and I can't find
I
it.
don't think that's the right dragon, though. Hang on. You're an adult dragon?
I am a... where is it? Hold on.
Adult black dragon.
I was going to play the thing.
Black Dragon.
There, I'm that.
Yep. Okay, cool.
And, well, here we go.
I'll give you control of it there.
And then... Okay, so that's...
All right, so you enlarge yourself, or you shape change into a dragon. Inside the cave, your head hits the ceiling. Your wings have difficulty finding place to move, but there's enough room for you to maneuver in there. You're now a dragon.
Okay. And I don't seem to have control of it. Am I supposed to have control of it?
Diantalis looks to you and he goes,
Should I have control of that dragon piece? Or no?
you should. Sorry, I may have not done that.
Not that it matters this turn, because that's all I can really do for this turn. I guess I have movement.
It says controlled by... okay. Stupid thing. I'll get it to you in a second. There
It's
you go.
okay. No
got it.
problem.
It's
all right,
yours.
there we go. All right, so I'm going to fly, or as best I can fly. Can you tell me what this is real quick? Right there.
That's Diantalis.
And this is the body of Dingleberry?
That's the body of Dillanoria.
Okay.
Sorry, I'll label them.
I'm
working on labels now.
I'm going to scooch up to right there. Give a little bit of cover for Varel at the moment.
Okay,
that's
that's
all I
on
can do.
Varel's spot.
Oh, it is?
Unless yeah, you can't really fly above him.
Oh, there's not enough height.
You
is
can't
there?
stand there. There's a mushroom in the way.
I guess I'll stay there.
This wedged in dragon.
I'll just stay
So, like,
there.
I may have to draw polygons to show you where it's like you can maneuver in there. Maybe it's difficult terrain, like to move around this.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so you can enter those areas a little bit, but it's difficult terrain. So you use twice movement to go through there.
All right. I'll hold there for now.
Okay, perfect. That brings us to Varel. Nash has changed into dragon form to your right.
all right. I'm in tree, and I'll run around the side and engage with Diantalis upon using my advanced barbarian speed to end up between me and between him and Stanley, so Stanley can do whatever he's doing.
Okay, perfect. You can move there. Any action or bonus actions?
I will bonus action enter my rage, which unleashes the 3 damage flames, which would touch the orb that Hope is in, if that has any effect.
Okay, so you're using a flame burst, sorry?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Perfect. So you're gonna flame burst Diantalis for 3.
Yep.
All right. Anyone else affected in the area? I don't think so, except for Hope, and it does no effect on the sphere.
Cool.
Okay. Perfect. I'll mark his 3. Okay. What else would you like to do?
I will attack Diantalis with the flamey sword, but not recklessly, because I don't want to give him advantage on his 3 attacks.
Okay.
It's all attacks against me that have advantage, not just the first one.
Make your attack roll, please.
All right. First attack is flying out, and it's going to be a 25.
That's a hit.
Let's hook him up. Gonna hook him up with math time.
Math time.
13.
It's
18,
Thanksgiving weekend. Math is not as good for us on these kinds of
21.
weekends. 21. Oh my god. Okay, so you hit him for 21 points of damage. The flame sword pierces him, burning his ethereal flesh, whoosh, leaving a scar, but the scar quickly closes over. You can't tell if really this is damaging or not, but it appears to be painful as you sear his chest with that. Your next attack.
All right. Nat 20.
All right, that's a natural 20. So roll your double damage dice, please.
Excellent. I'm also a barbarian, and I have brutal critical.
Mm-hmm.
And it happens rarely. Hang on.
You reroll ones, I believe, right? With brutal critical.
You can roll 1 additional weapon damage dice when determining
Oh.
extra damage.
Okay, so roll double damage dice plus another dice.
Okay. Does that mean... So if I roll 3d6 for my flame sword, am I rolling
66. 66, and then for double, and then 76. Like, it's 1 plus another weapon
It's
damage.
just one of the... So if I was rolling 2d12, I would only
You get
roll
another
1 more
D-
d12.
Yeah, that's how
Okay.
I read that one. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So 76 sounds like your roll there.
So we're at 27, 32, plus the rage damage. 32, 37, 40 flat.
40 flat.
So 40 fire damage.
Okay, perfect. You do 40 fire damage. Okay, so this is a significant blow as you do 40 fire damage. All right, perfect. Okay, so you swing out again with your sword, and you just catch him off as he maneuvers around with the scythe swinging. He gets hit with one, he takes it. This one here, you find an opening that's perfect, and you draw the sword swinging in between arms where scythe is in this dance of, weaponry, and you just cut across sort of his chest and face and create this big crevice in his body as it and like blue energy just goes as it flies out, and you slice through, and then it seals over again, and he looks at you with great contempt at this point, and he says, "Savage,
Cheater."
all right. Anything else I can do with your turn?
That is everything.
All right. It's Omnom's turn, and Omnom runs forward with bare hands, no weapons, and attempts to grapple Diantalis as he lunges for him. And, oh, Jesus. Well, it's good that it happened, I guess, on your NPC. I rolled a critical 1 for Omnom. So he flies through Diantalis as he runs from this point. He flies through, and he's about to jump on top of you, Varel. You'll need to make a dexterity saving throw to avoid being knocked prone by your teammate.
All right.
Is Worf. He's exactly Worf.
I got an 8.
Omnom lands on top of you, knocking you prone after that swing, and he doesn't even say anything. He just rushes for Diantalis, not understanding ghost science, and he runs into Diantalis and lands on top of you, knocking you both prone on top of each other. And he has large eyes. He is filled with shame at this point, anger. You can feel his body agitated as he's on top of you. Like his body, he has one hand on either side. He's just on top of you, and his lizard folk face is trying to get around your lizard folk face as you guys are on top of each other. Okay, Hope, you're up, but you're in the bubble, so there's not much you can do in there. Unless you have an idea, I would hear you out.
Defuse more bombs.
Okay. So you know how to do it now. So you're going to continue diffusing bombs. Can you make an engineering check for me, please?
$21.
Okay. So you've just fused three more of the grenades in there for a total of 4, which one was detonated as you try to work through your blindness and work through it. You're not quite sure how many are left, though, but it feels like you're in a lottery ball container, so there's a lot left to go. You're nowhere near done. Okay, Diantalis' turn. So Diantalis looks around. He's this is all in fluid motion. He swings out. He gets hit. He steps back, and he immediately reacts in panic and fear. And the scythe. He leaves the scythe hanging in the air, and he leaves his arms out, and he takes his arms low, and he goes, Irinko Dudstira! And he lifts up his arms, whoosh, and immediately the ground comes alive with vines as you hear rumbling in the ground below, and then vines start busting through the earth at the feet of all of you, including you, Nash. I know you're not on the ground, but the roots come firing out from the ground underneath you, attempting to grapple all of you but Stanley and Hope. So Omnom, Varel, and Stanley need to make strength checks, please.
Wait, I thought you said not Stanley.
Sorry, Nash, Varel, and Omnom need to make strength checks.
Strength checks.
Strength saving throws. Oh my god, I can't speak today. Strength saving throws, please.
16 for Nash.
All right.
17 for Varel.
Okay. Sorry, I'm just getting my... All right. The spell text. What did I do with it? No. All right, here we go. Perfect. Okay, so and I'll do one for Omnom as well. Nope. You were all restrained by these and entangled by these roots as they climb up and they wrap around your leg and your arms and they begin rooting you to the ground, including you, Dragon Nash. The vines reach up from the ground, circle around your body, and pull you to the ground, and you can't move as you're strained. So Varel, Omnom, everyone here is restrained. I'm going to mark that. You are stapled to the spot you are on the map, so do not move your token, please. Restrained. Okay, perfect. Now, as he restrains everyone, Stanley, Diantalis turns to look at you, and now that you're above on the cliffside, and he says, the principle is more powerful than you could ever know. And I'm the only one who can defeat him. Fools! And he begins marching towards you, and he floats up into the air, and he floats at your eye level, and he pays no mind to the rest of the party entangled currently. Is your turn, Stanley.
All right. I'm trying to remember. Would I have seen him use the bubble on Hope? I don't think so. I was in the middle of a fight, right?
You were in the middle of the fight, but basically, I think I described it in the combat. One of the other mages clicked it on somehow. I say clicked it on, but cast a spell on Hope, tossed the device to Dillanoria, and he ran off with it.
So I didn't see what happened to create the bubble, though.
Yeah, you're unclear if it's the wand or the detonator that produces the bubble. Although, with your knowledge of magic, you might assume the wand was the magic-y item.
Okay. It's a bit of a gambit, but I'm going to try and break the wand.
Okay.
Just snap it.
Okay, so make a strength check, please. An athletics check for stick breaking.
Oh, good. That hasn't become a terrible stat. Wait, you said athletics?
Yeah, athletics, please.
Okay.
You have -3, I think, to your athletics, your strength score right now.
I do, which puts it at a +0 because of bard stuff. So it's an even
bard stuff.
That's an even 19.
I know what
for,
you're saying. They have
athletics.
expertise and they're trained in things and they know
Yeah.
scales and it's like, ugh.
Well, that's what was throwing me because I'm like,
Bard
I have
stuff.
a -2. Why is it +0? But yeah, bard stuff.
Yeah, you got
19.
expertise. 19. All right, you snap the. You are you looking at Diantalis while you do this, or are you doing this like in like a rush? Like, is it a taunting snap or is it like, oh my god, snap?
No, it's a rush. Stanley sees Diantalis coming for him and is like, well, maybe this will work.
All right, so
He
you rush
knows
and
this
you
is a
take
Hail
you take the
Mary.
wand. You're not breaking the detonator. You're breaking the wand, right?
Yeah.
Take the wand and you easily snap it in two. And you have two pieces, the detonator in one half of the wand in one hand and the wand in the other. And Hope is still floating in the sphere.
Shit. All right.
I assume Nash told you this happened in a movie and it worked in that movie and you believed him. And then you're like, I'm never listening to Nash again. That happened like off camera.
I don't know. I tried to spell in the bubble. That didn't work. So maybe the magic was in the wand. I think there was a logic there, but...
Yeah, I get the logic. Just magic items tend not to be so breakable in that way.
That's a good point, actually. Okay. The only thing left, I guess, is a bonus action. We're going to try and fly diplomacy into Diantalis' back while he's floating there.
Sure. Let's make your attack roll, please.
Oh, that's not good. It's a 14 hit.
All right, so it's as though he has eyes in the back of the head. He floats harmlessly to the side a bit, and the sword passes through, through air, and then he floats back into place. Evil smile upon his face. It's the look of inevitability.
Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's all I got.
Nash, you're up.
All right. Can't move, right?
You can't move. You're restrained. At the end of your turn, you can make a strength check, but at the end of it. So
Okay.
Your movement is 0, and your arms are not free for gestures for spells.
It's the worst dragon moment ever. Can I I guess I'll bite the vines, because anything I try to do damage-wise is going to hit everybody over there.
Okay.
So
Perfect.
I'll attack the vines that are holding me with bite.
Okay, make an attack roll.
Oh, shit. Hold on. I forgot to put it up. There it is, young black dragon. Just want to make sure I have the stats up. Okay, here we go. Let's do, I guess to hit. Let's see, bite. And I can't claw right because my claws are trapped, so I can't multi-attack.
I mean, you could probably free an arm to try and claw if you want. You're just restrained, which means your movement is 0.
All right. Well,
And-
I want to do a multi-attack, which is a both claw. Sorry,
Actually,
bite
you
and two
can, you
claws.
can use your. You can't use your. It's too difficult to use your arms freely for magical spells, but you can use verbal. Anyways, you want to attack it with a claw?
I mean, if you'll let me, that and bite.
Yeah, you can. You'll have to do it with disadvantage, but you can do it.
Oh, let me think though. Maybe I should just do bite without no disadvantage on bite though, right?
Not at the moment.
Well, can I even do that with a multi-attack? Because it's
Yeah, so just act what your character would do. Don't think too strategically.
okay. Well, I'm gonna bite is what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
So here's for hit. 20, dirty 20.
Okay, perfect. It's a hit to roll your damage dice.
Okay. What'd I do? Bite? Did I say bite? Yeah, bite.
You said bite.
2d10 plus 4. Here we go. 2d10. Oops, come on, mouse. D10 plus 4. All right, here we go. That is a total of 14 points of damage.
Okay, you do 14 points of damage, and you saw through the vine as you bite it off. And then as you bite it, more vines grow up and wrap themselves around your mouth. And then also vines rush up and cover the one you just bit. New fresh vine covers that area.
That is some bullshit. Really?
Mm-hmm.
Frick. All right. There's nothing else I can do, so that's my turn.
All right, make your end of turn strength saving throw, please.
Okay. An 8.
You can't break free yet. Varel, you're up. You see the dragon, Nash, struggling with his vines, biting ferociously. They seem to grow back as he tries to rip them off.
Oh, I screwed up. I have +4 to the dragon. So...
Okay.
9,
What was the roll then?
11, 12. Would have been 12. Still probably.
Same result.
Okay, same
Yeah.
result. All right.
So, Varela, you notice that the dragon's trying to escape it, and you yourself are also covered in the same vines that have rushed up from the ground and are anchoring you in place.
Underneath Omnom.
Yes, yeah, you're in a very uncomfortable and intimate situation with Omnom currently.
Is it so intimate I could access his lizard pocket he used earlier?
Very intimate.
I think so, yes.
Excellent. Then I would like to take advantage of a technicality.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot cast spells or concentrate on spells while raging. But the necklace of fireballs means I can throw it, and I don't actually cast anything. So I would like to retrieve the necklace of fireballs from Omnom's pocket and unleash it on Diantalis.
Okay. Wait, are you throwing the whole necklace or are you
The
removing
whole
one?
necklace. I wouldn't know about no beads thing.
Yeah, so I've got to... so speaking of technicalities, I just need to look up a thing. It'll be real quick. So I like this move, but it hinges on the results. So let me find the answer to your question. This question I have for myself. I'm asking D&D Beyond.
What does it tell you? What does D&D Beyond say?
All right, so perfect. So you're throwing the whole necklace, right?
A whole kebab.
Make an attack roll, please.
It is a spell item. So it automatically reaches its trajectory, I believe. But if this is a circumstance...
I understand, but, well, are you committing to the action or no? I'll need your commitment before I give you the rest of this information.
The problem being that Varel's dexterity is not good and I'm surrounded by friends, so I'm hoping for an edge kind of targeting location.
I understand. Okay, so we're going to count this as having happened because you pretty much committed to it and flourished and everything else. That's a card laid. You're not attuned to the item, so you're going to throw it at Diantalis.
Oh, no.
I need an attack roll, please.
Okay.
That's going to go great.
Sorry. I'm like, I don't know if you can just pick them up and fire them.
Each other here.
Oh,
It is
jeez.
a 6.
I thought that was a great idea, even though I think it was going to get me killed. I liked it.
Yeah.
All right, so you take the necklace of fireballs. A hand emerges from the pile of lizard folk and vines, and it goes to throw it. You know when you throw something and it's supposed to go one direction, but it goes 90 degrees to the right or something? It's so bad of a throw. It just flings out to the to the right in the absolute wrong direction, and it lands. I don't have a great token for it, so let me just put this deer here.
Yeah, why not? A deer.
Yeah,
don't
necklace
have-
of
I just don't-
fireballs,
I just don't have a
deers,
necklace
they're
token.
Basically the same thing.
It is not an attune required item.
Is it not?
No, it is a wondrous item of no attunement
Really?
in my inventory. Looking it up.
That's what I was looking up, but I
Oh,
made
no.
a call. But if we're gonna say no, it's
Back
not
to
an.
dead.
I mean,
All right.
my dexterity throw is still crud.
Because I see the logic in that it's not an attunable item. Like that's why I was like a little curious because most items require attunement like that, right?
All right, I found it on D&D Beyond, and it simply says you can use an action to detach a bead and throw it, but I'm not
Yeah,
thinking about
that's
attunement.
that's what it says here too. That's why I was like, it was silent on the issue, but I think attunement
Yeah.
is required for any magic items.
I added it for fun. It does not. It does not require attunement.
But I mean,
It does say some magic items require attunement, so we're not talking about 100% thing here. So I think that might be the exception for this spell because it's cool. You can just detach them and throw them like grenades. So I think we must have talked about this in the past too, right?
I mean, we gave it to Omnom.
They were explosive, and we were worried about them. And he had them in his, penis hole, and like,
wait, is that the pocket?
Well, no, Orp did. Sorry, that's where
okay.
that's where this item was first found, was in the urethra.
Right. So long ago.
So long in a massive urethra. So I played bass for them in high school.
Massive urethra.
All right. Anyways, I gotta stop this. I'm gonna make a ruling because my memory tells me that these are meant to be explosives, and we're gonna walk this all back. And you clutch the whole clutch of fireballs, and you're throwing them in his direction.
Yes.
Okay, then let's have this happen. I don't know that they require attunement. That's what and I don't think we played with it that way. So I'm gonna walk that back.
Also, can I throw in this little tidbit here? It says when you throw the whole necklace as one action, increase the level of fireball by 1 for each bead beyond the first.
Thank you.
Oh,
There's
shit.
our answer. Thank you, Hope. That's amazing. You figured it out.
We're gonna do this. Let's make it glorious.
We're gonna do this. How many beads were left? I don't remember. 5, I think.
I don't know. It says 1d6 plus.
This damn necklace. I forgot about it when I brought Omnom back. I don't know where my note is on this fireball necklace. I forgot about it entirely. I think there was 5. I don't think you cast a single one on there. I think it's a fully loaded.
We didn't. We got it and we gave it to Omnom almost immediately. Because we got it after Orp died.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds about right. All right. It's either 5 or 7. I think it's 5.
That sounds right to me.
We're gonna go with 5. Someone who's in the blast radius, we should go with 5.
All right, so that means you add a level for every bead on there. So instead of a 3rd level spell, it's an 8th level fireball. Is that right? Okay.
Yes. Increase the level of fireball by 1 for each bead beyond the first.
Beyond the first, so that would be 4 plus 3 is 7. Nash, how many dice is a 7th level fireball? Do you know?
7th level?
Yeah. Varel's gonna need it. He's making a big fireball.
I don't know. Hold on, I can tell you.
We're working on it. It's gonna take 30 minutes, but we're gonna get there.
Let's see. When you cast a spell using spell.
And
okay, so it's 1d6 for each slot above 3rd. We're at 6, so right now, hold on. Where is it? Where the hell's the damage? Oh, 11d6, so 12d6.
So it's 8d6 by default. That's at 3rd level. Starting at 4th level, it's an additional d6. What did we decide it was?
So right now, it would be 12d6 total at level 7. It's 11d6 at level 6. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's level 12. That's totally
So what does the text say? It says add 2d6 for each level or something like that?
Yeah, everything past
It
4th.
adds... Okay, this is what it says, Bo. It says, when you cast the spell using a spell slot of 4th level or higher, the damage increases by 1d6 for each slot above 3rd level.
Oh, yeah. Easy. 7d6 then. So it's the same.
Yeah, sorry, I'm looking at the wrong number. That's right. 76 is correct.
So it's 13d6 total.
Oh, it's 1d6? Okay, I gotta read this myself now. I'm super all over the place.
I'm so sorry, everybody.
It's okay. It's okay. We're arriving at the right answer is part of the fun. This is the meat.
Oh, you know what? It's 11d6 at 6th level. So if we're doing 7th, it would be 12.
Yeah, 12d6. Okay.
Yeah, that's what. Didn't I say that? I thought I was wrong, but I said that the first time.
Yeah, you might have said a lot of numbers were a lot of things were said. There were feelings. Things happened.
We've been hurt. I think we're recovering now. As long as we keep open
communication. Is it able to exceed 6th level though? Is that
well, the necklace can.
Human limitation.
The necklace can because it has the beads to do it, so to speak. So, 12d6. I'm going to need to make a dexterity saving throw. I have one final question because I'm bringing it up in front of me here. It's a 20-foot area. Is that right? 20-foot radius, so 40 feet. Okay. And you're centering it on Diantalis, sir?
That depends on if you would let me aim it, above him, further out by him, get it away from
30, 40. Yeah, I mean,
friends.
you can shoot it somewhere in your vicinity quite easily. If you're shooting it out more than 20 feet, you'll have to make a skill check because you are, Omnom's lying on top of you. You're sort of peering around his body to make the shot. You don't have good vision very far from you. So if you're firing it more than 20 feet away, it'll require an acrobatics check, which could mean that you throw it in a direction you don't intend to.
Yeah, let's go. Shoot, that's going to be only... Omnom's physically on top of me, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Wait, hang on. Oh, Stanley, you poor bastard. Okay, never mind. Everyone inside my aura has protection or resistance to fire. So Omnom he's going to be okay, ideally.
Thank
But
goodness.
Okay.
Stanley is just barely outside the range. So we need to make sure that Stanley is okay. So let's go with, can you drop me a fireball here?
Hang on, I'm just making a 20-foot. It's supposed to be 40 foot centered on a square, which is really hard to do, but okay. I'm going to increase it to 9. There we go. So that would be the center of the fireball there.
And Stanley would be hit by the edge of it there.
Yes.
Okay. Let's he's on a ledge.
Yeah, but he's standing right on the ledge. The flame
Okay,
will hug his face.
so even if I
Rises up.
detonated it at the bottom of the ledge, it wouldn't flame straight up past him.
Yeah, this is a crazy ass fireball.
Okay.
Everything gets touched.
Poop. And that would leave Nash getting hit.
Yeah, but
But Nash
remember,
is
I've got
also a
my
dragon.
own health pool.
That's
Yeah.
right.
So
Okay.
yeah.
Wait, does Varel really think about this stuff, or does he just take a weapon and throw it at the bad guy?
Yeah.
This is very strategic.
Yeah, no, it is, and I'm in a rage too.
Yeah.
Rage 2.
Yeah,
What a
I think you did it.
I think he
Yeah.
could die in
Not-
I think you did it.
Yeah,
Realistically.
yeah, I did.
I'm
Alright,
not trying to
let's
tell
do
you how to play your character, but there's a sense of that. I throw it at the guy. That's what I do.
Yep.
And we had all this and I'm like, no, you can't think about it now.
Okay.
We've descended into Wonderland. All right.
All right, all right.
So you fired at Diantalis. What's my DC save, please?
The necklace, I believe, has the
Necklace
save
says-
itself.
Yeah, I'm just looking it up here.
15.
I have so many tabs. Sorry, that's why it's hard. 15? Okay.
Yep.
On dexterity. Okay. All right, that's a save from Diantalis.
Bummer.
Okay.
Gotta roll a dex save, right?
Yep. Hope you're
Alright.
safe.
We
Uh,
rely on physical dice for a roll this important.
Varel and Omnom, you're in the blast too. Although I guess, are you immune yet to fire or no?
I am not immune, but I can still make a save and then reduce the save further.
So you need to make one too, and Omnom as well.
But I'm restrained, correct?
You are restrained.
Which I think
I am
means-
going to use my DM inspiration
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Still have it.
because my first save was a 1.
Oh, that's a good time to use your inspiration.
Let's.
Ones are
We
not
do
auto
that.
failures and only for attack rolls. So this is a saving throw.
24 would be the dex save.
Wow, that's a big spread. Okay, Stanley saves. Omnom saves. Diantalis saves.
11 for Varel.
You fail.
Yep.
Okay, so roll your 12d6 damage dice, please.
Okay, there we go. The dice are out. They look glorious. 42.
Oh my god. All right, so that's 24 damage for Omnom, Diantalis.
But reduced by half further for Omnom because he's in my range.
Okay, so he takes 12. Diantalis takes 24. Stanley doesn't get reduced, right? He's not in your range of
He's
your...
Not in
Not
range.
in range. So I take
right.
24 is the half damage
You
on
take
that?
48.
Oh, I take
Well,
48.
he passed.
Oh, you
I
passed.
passed
And
my-
24. Yeah,
42.
24.
42 is the number.
40.
Wait, where did we get 24?
Yeah, I heard
24 is half of your original number of 48.
Oh, it's 42. Did I say 48? That'd
Oh,
be my
sorry. That's 21 for everyone then. Maybe
Cool.
I misheard. Oh my god.
The
all
math
good.
is insane.
So
All right,
I
so-
take
yeah.
21, having failed but still having resistance.
Gotcha. Omnom takes 10. You take 21. Stanley takes 21. Diantalis takes 21. Everyone takes 21.
Do I though eviscerate the vines?
Oh, good question. Let's see here. It's the fire. Yes, you do. The fire also blasts all the vines in the vicinity, freeing Varel and Omnom. Yeah, you are free to move.
Fabulous. Then I would like to use my movement to stand.
Yeah, you have to get Omnom up from off of you, so it'll cost half your movement to stand up. But if you need to get Omnom off now, phrasing, if you need to get him off now, you'll have to make a you have to push him or skill check. But I believe you use your action, so I don't know what other options you have.
Okay, so I'm trapped under Omnom temporarily until his turn
It's
is
just
over.
not. It's not easy to get up. You can burn all of your movement to get up now.
Oh, I'd like to do that. Yes,
Yeah.
I want to stand.
Yeah, I'll give you the full move, so you can just push him off, stand up, but you have no movement.
Cool.
Cool.
Perfect.
All right, so you're standing, no longer restrained.
4 damage. 4 damage to Diantalis from Flame Burst and 2 to Omnom.
Okay, 4 damage to
Bonus action.
Diantalis.
Wait.
All right.
Yes. I will surrender my turn. Go. I'm done.
All right, hang on. Who else gets flame blasted?
Omnom for 2.
No for 2. Okay, perfect. Diantalis, or no, not Diantalis. Varel stands up. Omnom also stands up, freed from the vines, and he makes another lunging strike with his claws at Diantalis. All right, this time he hits, but his hands whish through Diantalis. Attacks again and misses on the second strike. Omnom looks frustrated as he lunges forward and swipes through the ghost. Hope, it's your turn. If you want to make a roll for number of grenades detached, but it'll be real quick. So, unless you have any new ideas for me.
Nope, still going at it. Roll a 1. A natty 1.
Oh shit! Disarming the bomb goes badly, and it detonates yet again. Make a saving throw, please.
Wisdom, correct?
Yes, please.
13.
Okay, this time the effects of the grenade take hold. Actually, no, 13 was a pass last time, wasn't it? I don't have the number up in front of me. Yeah, no, this is fine. You're blinded again. You're back to being blinded and disoriented, and you drop another one in there. So while the fighting's going on, another flash occurs inside the sphere that Hope is floating in.
No one's gonna kill me. I'm gonna kill me.
All right, and then it's Diantalis' turn. Okay, now I've got to get Diantalis' sheet up for his move. What's his next move?
What's your next move, Diantalis?
All right, he looks up. He sees that you've quickly freed yourself from like without having made it back to his turn, so that he can deal with Stanley. He's tried to hold everyone in place. Sees that you've already launched a necklace of fireballs at him, and he's looking ragged at you. And this time he turns to you, Varel, and he raises up both hands, and he goes, "Die!" And necrotic lightning spews forth from his fingers as he rails you with chain lightning. Make a dexterity saving throw, please. And Stanley and Omnom as well make dexterity saving throws.
Well, I need to stop using D&T Beyond's dice roller. 11 for me.
It's done. That dice is done.
Yep, I think their system is done.
16.
16. Okay. And for Omnom, 4. All right. All failures. All right. We're just going down here. Sorry, one. I need more I can't find my D10. Sorry, it's just in the bullet dice somewhere. Here we go.
The dice rolls have not been good today.
Well, these ones are in your favor for sure. I rolled 3 ones on damage dice so far.
Okay, as long as bows are bad too.
Yeah. That's 4, 8, 2 more. It's alright, math. That's 4, so 8, 16, that's 12. 9 and 8 is 17. Okay. Carry the 1. All right. You all take 45 lightning damage. Or, sorry, necrotic damage. So Stanley, Omnom, and Varel take 45 lightning damage as he reaches out and he goes. And as he does it, he's also he's shooting you, and he's like he's trying to force you into the ground. He's like just lay off him while he does his thing with Stanley. So it's like swatting a gnat away as he focuses particularly on Varel, just like
some Donald Duck energy there.
I know.
All right, perfect. That is Diane Talus's turn. Oh, and okay, as he does that, the ground shakes at the end of his turn. And you hear a loud voice echo throughout the room. And then you hear. And then you hear as the fireball goes out and the smoke begins to clear and the mushrooms are all on fire. So there's this smoke billowing in the center room. You hear. And a large shadow crawls out from in behind, up above the ledge. You notice towards the back, there's this darkened area. It's mostly mushrooms in the back, but there's this darkened area where perhaps there's a cave deeper down. And from this cave entrance, you see 2 large columns of sort of smoke billow out. And then large sort of glowing eyes with the light of the explosion of what's happening, lizard-like eyes glaring back from the darkness.
Shit.
Seems that brings us to Stanley's turn. And it's coming from behind you, Stanley, this very large sound that echoes throughout the entire room.
All right. Diplomacy, I believe, at this turn would return to my hand. I think I got that right.
Yeah.
So I would put the megaphone away, retrieve diplomacy. The wand and the detonator seem to be a bust. I would just strike out at Diane Talus with a green flame blade strike with diplomacy. That's about all I got.
Okay.
Nope. 13 to hit.
13 hit. You missed. Okay. All right. Anything else you'd like to do with your turn?
That's it.
All right. Nash, is your turn.
Okay.
You're still tangled in vines.
Roll 20 just died on me. So I'm kind of impotent at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Nash, not me. I'm fine. I'm not gonna. I mean, I already know what I can't. If I chew again, I'm screwed. So I'm just go back. So I'm gonna just do the roll as at the end of my turn. I'll end my turn. Let's do the roll.
Okay.
Strength roll, right?
Yeah.
Okay. 17.
Okay, 17. It is a failure. You're still stuck.
Shit. What a waste. What a piece of garbage waste dragon. Nightmare I am over there. All right. There's nothing else to do. I'll just do a big kind of sound, and then that's my turn.
All right. Varel, it's your turn.
All right, I am standing. I would like to use my bonus action rather than flame bursting to use the Eye of Grosjean to look at him for weaknesses.
Ah, perfect. I like this. All right. Is there a roll necessary for this? It's been a while since I've seen the item.
Yeah, let's see. Savagery, we got the...
Grosjean Savagery?
No, not quite. Let's see.
Hang on. It's been a while. Eye of Grosjean. Watches opponents for opportunities to dominate them as bonus action. You can target a creature and immediately learn one of its vulnerable types if it has any. Okay, perfect. If it has more than one, you can repeat it. And if there's none, you get advantage. All right, so let me reveal to you a vulnerability. So you happen to notice during the fight that in one of the initial attacks, the destructive wave, had thunderous effects and radiant holy effects. Not magic you've seen very much, but has, white wisps and the searing hot whiteness to it that you can't match with your own flames. That seem to be particularly effective against the form of Diantalos. So radiant damage is a vulnerability.
Okay. All right, so I roleplay wise, I give a little ooh, throw my elbows back behind my shoulders, push out the eye. It looks at it, and I just yell "Radiance," and then go about my next attack.
All right, and as you look upon it with your eye, the eye grows angry, and you feel that there's like this separate cloud of anger inside your chest that's separate from who you are, and you know that Grosjean has locked in on killing this thing.
Sweet. I agree, Grosjean.
If you do not fight it, you'll suffer a discordance with your artifact at this point.
I have no such goals in mind.
Mm-hmm.
I will, free of the vines, engage with Diantalos. And you said he's looking a little rough, right?
You've dealt 104 damage to date against him. That's unmodified from any resistances. That's just the amount of your damage rolls so far against him.
Let's get reckless.
Okay.
Let's get reckless. All right, first reckless attack, rolling out. It is a 21.
Okay, that's a hit.
All right. Hook up that Diantalos with a custom made, just for him, 22 points of fire damage.
Okay, perfect.
Second attack, rolling out.
1827. That's a hit as well. Oh, that's the damage or attack roll? Sorry.
That's the attack for the second attack.
Yeah, 27. That's a hit as well. Yeah.
That'll be 11, 16, 19 points of fire damage.
Okay, perfect. 19 points of fire damage. All right. You assault him twice, and he doesn't seem to be fearful of your attacks because he keeps thinking they're going to be physical. But as you keep connecting with him with your flame blade, it sears him. And it definitely slices away parts of his ethereal flesh, but it appears to grow back at the same time. He looks at you with great irritation.
I'm done.
Okay.
Perfectly.
Perfect. Omnom, you go to see if he'd join you in the fight, and you look back and find that, well, there's only 2 stumps of feet left where he is.
Oh, no, the chain lightning destroyed him?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Pour one out.
Oh, let's have a moment here.
Damn.
It truly was the wharf of this show.
Well, at least we got the necklace of fireballs. Man, brutal.
All right, Hope, you're up.
Okay, seeing that Stanley took the detonator and everything, she's gonna stop trying to take apart the grenades, and she's gonna take out her dagger and start stabbing at the bubble.
Okay. Make an attack roll, or yeah, you're attacking it. Make a couple attack rolls.
First one is a 22.
You hit, and it seems impervious to your knife. Don't bother. You don't have to bother rolling damage. It does nothing.
Okay.
Said that
Yeah.
with such
She'll
sadness in her
start.
voice.
She clearly cusses loudly inside the bubble, though no sound
Mhm.
escapes. And then she'll go back to the grenades.
Perfect. All right. That brings us to back to Diantalis, who again, occupied with Varel, all the aggro's on Varel, turns to face you, Varel, and then brings the scythe back into his hand and begins swiping once through your body. 19. You have any extended AC, or are you vulnerable? Yeah.
That is a hit.
All right. 10 points of necrotic damage, and make your wisdom saving throw, please.
I'm great at these. 8.
You have permanent -1 strength and dexterity.
That scythe sucks.
He brings the scythe in again for another swing. This time 17, so that's a miss for you, right?
Correct.
Okay, even with the lowered dex.
That's a good question.
I think it's like your AC is your deck 10 plus your dex modifier. So if it changes your dex modifier, it'll change your AC by 1 for your baseline dex.
This isn't updating correctly. I need to go into
Okay. What's your
Edit.
base dex? What's your base dexterity?
18.
So plus
Wait,
3.
hang on.
Barbarians might get it from their strength.
You're right. Or no, they have unarmored defenses. So I think they just get 13. Like I think they actually get more baseline.
Oh, that's just for the AC part. No, okay, looks like it's working now.
Oh, if you click on AC, it tells you 10
okay,
armor.
so my AC is 17 now.
Yeah, you get +2 dexterity bonus, and then a +4 unarmored bonus. I think that's from your class, and then +2 shield, the aggro shield. So if your dexterity goes from 14 to 13, you still have +2, so it doesn't change your AC. So this doesn't hit.
Cool.
Okay, cool. We figured it out. And that one doesn't hit as well. So he brings the scythe in again twice. Whoosh, whoosh, and this time you as well are able to duck and maneuver around it as the large scythe swings come towards you. And as he floats down, he stands on the ground. He swings towards you. He's trying to combat you. Stanley, you hear from the back again. And from the back, a large beast comes. A large black dragon comes flying out from the back of the room, circling around. You'll need to make a dexterity saving throw as he's traveling in your direction, if you'd like to get out of the way.
Yeah,
To everyone?
I'd try to get out of the way of that.
Black
Hey, finally,
dragon.
a good roll.
Yes, Hope can't do this, but Stanley's the only one in the way. You guys are down on lower ground. He's not necessarily rushing anybody down below, just Stanley.
26.
Okay, so move yourself 10 feet in a position that you want to move.
Okay, if he's coming from back there, I would probably... Is Hope's bubble off the ground? Would diving...
It is off the ground.
Because I would probably... we'd probably dive that way.
Okay, perfect.
Although I
So
think that gives Diantalis an opportunity attack.
as it flies through, Hope, it bumps your bubble, and your bubble floats out, hits this thing like a pinball, bing, and then you kind of float, bing, over here, and then that makes you float, bing, over here, and then you go bing over here, and then you go bing to the back of the wall over here, and then you go bing to another part of the wall, and then you end up above Dilanoria, bing over here, and then bing over here, bing, bing, and now you're in this bubble in this small area up to the top, and your bubble's just going bing, 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 bing. It's making a really loud noise, and actually, it's not making any noise. You can't hear any of this, but you're just now sort of floating, and also you're floating upside down. Like it doesn't just move so that you're up; it's a sphere. So you're also kind of tumble drying, like you're in a drying machine. So the whole thing's going nuts as the sphere is bouncing all over the room now. It's just like bring, 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 bring. and everyone can see it. Okay, happening. The
That's
dragon.
the worst part.
You're just floating around the room helplessly
Close your
like
eyes,
a pinball.
everyone. Don't laugh.
Oh, the barf? Yeah. Bah. Oh, that's a good call. Make a Constitution saving throw, please. I didn't think of it, but you thought of it, so this is great.
25.
Okay, so no vomitus in the
No
sphere.
vomit today.
All right. The dragon flies out, whoosh, and it lands on top of Diantalis, gripping him in his claws, and it drags him across the dirt over here. And the dragon takes it, and it's like he can grab onto the ghost. It's really weird. He's taking it. He's going kabam, 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 kabam with his eyes, like, kabam, 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 and then he holds it and he goes like this. He goes, ha! And he blows fire. I was like, trying to just completely extinguish the ghost, like it's some sort of feral animal trying to kill like a little beaver or something like that. Just like a lion mangling the crap out of some little creatures, just trying to absolutely destroy it. And you can't see anything at this point as the dragon's corpse has covered everything except for the light of the fire as he shoots it out and the banging, bang, bang, bang. And then there's a reaction, and you see electricity cover the dragon form. And the dragon's form, and then a large opening opens up in the top of the dragon, and this wave of blood fires out. And finally, the dragon slumps over and stops the electricity, and Diantalis' body emerges, gripping his chest and leaning against a rock, panting. And he looks at you, Stanley. He says, "Sooner or later, you'll run out of friends. And we'll finish this discussion then." Do you say anything or react in any way?
No, Stanley's too hurt. He barely even recognizes what just happened.
So then Diantalis, holding the shape, floats back into the wall and disappears. Combat is over.
What do the vines do now?
The vines let go. The magic is rendered ineffective, and they slowly slurp back. They fall limp to the ground.
All right. I'm staying in dragon form for now.
You hear large, loud panting coming from the sudden dragon that emerged from the rear of the cavern. Nash, a curious thing begins to overcome you. In dragon form, you begin to feel a wave of anxiety wash over your body. You feel like you think everyone's out to kill you.
Everybody in the room?
Just the whole world.
The whole
You have
world's
this
out to
feeling
kill
of
me?
the walls caving in, and you start to get very scared. And it's not because your thoughts are like that, but you feel adrenaline enter into your dragon body, just dumpster right into your system. You're ready to fight. You feel flames rise from your throat. And as much as you try to hold them down, you can't hold the flames down. And then you can't help it. You explode in a ball of fire. I need the whole room, but Hope, to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
Wouldn't be the first time.
He's always exploding.
Yeah, I was going to say, this feels familiar.
Dexterity save is a 23.
Okay.
11.
All right. Hey, whatever. I'm gonna resist it anyways. 9, 19, 22 points of fire damage that you both can split in half for 11.
Stanley is down.
Okay, and not only that, but as soon as that happens, Nash, you also feel like vomiting fire as well. Make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Okay. Oh, wait. Let me check Jagged. Stats +3. All right. Oh, jeez. 12.
Okay, you
Shit.
belch out fire. How much does your fire attack do again?
Fire attack does... Here it is. Acid breath, which is...
20 feet.
DC,
Oh, I'm reading the wrong one. That's right. Okay, 12d8 acid damage in a line. All right, and we're going to pick a random line here. So just a second.
Isn't it just 11d8? Why is it 12?
Oh, maybe it's 11d8.
Should be
sorry.
11, yeah.
I'm just trying to think of and it's a 10-foot line or 15-foot line?
It says a 5-foot wide, 30-foot line.
Perfect. Thank you. Okay, so I'll do it from here. So right in Varel's direction, you're going to shoot acid. Varel, make another saving throw, please. Dexterity.
I've never regretted dragon form as much as I am today. Holy shit.
16.
All right, you fail that throw. And I'm going to roll the damage for this as well, please. Sorry, we're almost done with all this business. You take 30 acid damage.
Jeez.
All right.
As Nash uncontrollably just goes and flame, and you're covered in flames and acid as he explodes and belches flames. And then Nash, your consciousness shifts, and I need the rest of the players to remove their headphones for 2 or 3 minutes, please.
Oh, man. All right.
As your body is uncontrollably like exploding with fire and breathing out fire, your mind becomes overwhelmed with thought. And you fall in, your head just slips down and goes. Your head falls down onto the ground, and your thought slips into this place that you've been before. Do you remember back in Tiet Kala when we started the second leg of the campaign, and you were nothing but a floating heart?
I do.
Floating through fire and dust.
Yeah.
And a voice told you, on Earth was the secret to your destiny. And you have that same feeling right now as the fires flame up around you, and you're again back. You're just a heart floating through space, floating through fire space, just fire everywhere. And finally a voice calls out to you and says, Mother, Mother, you found me. Mother, Mother, release my mother. All right, we can headphones back on, please. All right, Nash is unconscious in dragon form before you. His head just sort of slumped down. Stanley has fallen to 0 hit points and will need immediate recovery if you can. And Hope is bouncing around somewhere in the cave. Omnom is dead.
What's
No
What's the state of the
pressure,
dragon?
Varel.
Yeah, no
You're on
pressure
your
at
own.
all.
What's the state of the dragon that flew in?
He's in a slump, and you hear the sounds of a dying animal.
If this is another Nash, I'm going to shit myself. It can't be.
Do they look similar looking at the two?
I mean, they're both black
They both
dragons.
look like black dragons, but you haven't got a good look at the other one. It was just this big black thing that flew in and ravaged Diantalis, and Diantalis took off.
All right, well, I
But
will.
whatever Diantalis did in response to harm it has done a very effective job. You see smoke and steam billowing off this dragon as it, but his face is to the wall, so you can't see his face.
I'll exit my rage, poke my head up over the ledge, and go, Stanley, we have downed companions. Stanley!
You're one of them.
And I'll climb up and see what's wrong with Stanley.
So Stanley is His clothes are all black and charred from fire. And he's lying unconscious on the ground, having fallen victim to the many wounds he received, likely from Diantalis, which left no mark that you can see. But you definitely saw the scythe swipe through him several times.
Yeah. Okay, well. Oh! You're good at this! And I'll start rifling through his bags to find a medicine kit or potions of some kind.
Let me see. I don't know if I have one. Oh, I do have a healer's kit in there. There is a healer's kit in there.
Okay, does it come with instructions?
Do you read common?
I can read, yeah. I'm capable of
Okay.
reading.
Okay.
This kit is a leather pouch containing bandages, salves, and splints. The kit has 10 uses. As an action, you can expend one use of the kit to stabilize a creature that has 0 hit points without needing to make a wisdom medicine check. That's all it says.
So it's a freebie as long as you know how to use it.
Okay, but it doesn't say I need requirements of knowledge or something, or training.
No, an unskilled person can use the medicine kit.
All right. Well, I would certainly use more than one use. I would lather that slab on. I would...
To use the whole kit, then? Is that the deal? All 10 uses?
If it's like a bottle and I'm supposed to use 10 uses of the salve, it would totally all get dumped on him and then like rubbed aggressively.
Mark all 10 uses used. Varel's used all of them.
Hey, that's easy to track because they don't add a good way to track how many uses. So easy enough. He used the whole thing.
Yeah.
All right. I put my
so you're now stable and you don't need to make death saving throws. Not that we started. But.
Okay. All right. So now that he's okay.
And you're at 0 HP, so that doesn't bring you to 1. You still have to rest now. So, right?
Yeah.
It just stabilizes you. Yeah. So he's unconscious, but alive.
Okay.
I think it's 1 HP, but I think it's unconscious.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Bring him up to 1 HP and unconscious. That makes more sense, actually. Yeah. Okay. Varel, it's your show.
Okay. Perfect. Hope, are you well? Can you hear me in the orb?
Hope you can't hear that.
I'll
So you see an orb bouncing around like a pinball throughout the cavern up top, just sort of floating around, and she's in there like trying to be stable, but the sphere is rolling around and tumbling her along with it. So she's in a nightmare world of her own right now. It's full of grenades in there.
Okay. I will give her 2 thumbs up as I pass. And Nash. I will go to Nash.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to, since he aimed at me, his face would be facing Stanley's sleeping body. So I would like to grab his horns, his black dragon horns, and turn his face sideways so it won't hit Stanley if he wakes up and breath attacks.
Okay.
That's a good idea.
I will drag the Nash face so it's facing a different direction.
Mm-hmm.
I will go pick up the Om-Nom feet.
Mm-hmm.
And I will run over to Delanorda? Della?
Yeah, Dillanoria.
Dillanoria?
Corpse of Dillanoria.
Okay, it's definitely a corpse when I get there.
I mean, it's motionless, not breathing.
Okay. I will place the feet on it for now. So all the corpses are in a pile.
Okay.
And then now I'm standing by the dragon who's still breathing.
Yeah. Okay. The dragon's facing the wall. It's sort of the way it rushed in to grab Diantalis. It rushed in up against the wall, smashed him on the ground, breathed fire in his face. Diantalis did something in response, and he's just lying there limp, facing the wall, like in the corner. Let me put it. His body's like kind of there. It's facing the wall.
All right, at a distance of, still standing by Della, I will, in Draconic, say, "Proud, noble dragon, can you move?"
Who addresses me?
One wowed by your presence. You scared away our foe, so I fear he has done terrible damage to you.
The Archfey do not belong on this plane. He will continue to be a menace as long as he lives here.
I do not doubt that. Is there aid I can provide you?
Rouse your companions. Do you need aid in doing so?
I fear, Great One, my friend Hope is trapped in an indestructible bubble, and I do not understand its make.
Can you please help me so that I may see the rest of the room? My limbs are failing me.
Permission to approach.
And there's a sort of an assent given with a that you understand to be an affirmative yes.
All right, I will, less manhandily than Nash, I will go over and attempt to
It's like a dragon retirement home.
Yeah. We're gonna have to roll you, okay? It's bath time, everybody. All right, yeah. So I will, without going for the horns, kind of prop the neck and the chin, and help move the head to face the room.
Okay, perfect. So taking your time doing it, you move the dragon around. As you notice, this is a black dragon that you're like the form of the species you're very familiar with because you've seen Nash change into this all the time. As you get close and admire the scales, you see that this is indeed a great black dragon. But you notice as you get more of his face, as you move things around, there's age and there's injury. And there's scarring and runes all across his body where scales have been ripped off and markings have been put in by people. He has the look of almost like a bit of a laboratory rat, which you can kind of relate to uniquely yourself, Pharrell. And he also looks like he's sustained massive injuries. So as you move him, there are these cuts and veiny splotches where liquid pours out, and you realize that very soon there's a pool of blood forming all around the body of this dragon. As you move him and he faces the room, he says, "Thank you. I will do what I can for your friends." And then his eyes glow and he says, "Irekadan Roktish." And he raises a hand, and blue light, like this cloudy blue light, swirls around, and the mist approaches you and Stanley and Nash and restores for you. Restores for you each 73 points of health.
Was I...
And rousing you from any slumber or
okay.
anything that you were in, so that includes you.
All right.
And then he says, "There's naught I can do for your brethren."
we broke the stick that pilots are too.
Oh, I think he's referring to Omnom when he makes that
Oh,
statement.
okay. I thought he was looking at Hope bouncing.
Yeah. Well, he's referring to Omnom and the elf that's also dead. And Hope sort of silently floats by. The dragon doesn't pay attention, doesn't see it.
Stanley will rouse and slowly, stiffly make his way down to where everybody else is.
Did the heal spell appear to work on himself, the dragon?
He didn't cast it on himself. If that's what you mean.
Okay. All right. If I see Stanley kind of getting down, I'd be like, "Oh!" A little hand, Slow down, slow down. Thank you, great beast. This is my companion Stanley. He is capable of great feats of healing.
I know this one, he says.
May he tend to you.
He already has.
Ooh.
And this one, too. You finally came to me, Nash Magard of the Solar Mines.
It's more like you came to me. That's dragon voice.
No. I have been summoning you for some time to come and find me.
Wait. How did you find us here?
I didn't find you here. This is my dwelling for my final moments in this world. Do neither of you remember me? He looks at Nash and he looks at Stanley. The memories of the fledgling races are so soft.
You were the dragon in the desert, the one that was being kept in that prison.
Yes. It is I, the very same.
So you left and came here.
I followed you for a time, but you kept disappearing from my sight. I tried to reach out to Nash, your companion here, who bears the mark of my mother. Who are you, Nash Magard of the Solar Mines?
I don't know. What mark?
The indistinguishable mark that identifies dragons from one another. An aura, a magical signature. The fledgling races are too mundane to know such things, but I feel her presence close. May I speak with her?
Do you know how? Do you have what you need to do such a thing?
I have nothing. It is you who bears the mark of my mother. What have you done with her?
I haven't done anything. I don't know how to summon your mother.
And yet you take her shape before me now.
Well, you've got to understand, when I found the ability to do this, it wasn't explained to me where it came from. I could just do it.
Care not how what happened to you. How is it that you have my mother's signature upon you?
Where is this? Where am I looking? And I'll start kind of shuffling around and looking at my chest.
So you know that you have a dragon metal pacemaker, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that what he means?
That would be where, out of care, like just that would be the piece of dragon you have on you.
Okay. But it's not visible to the outside, right?
It isn't. Although you look like a dragon right now, and he just said you look like his mother.
All right, I'm gonna act like I'm looking for my keys and just kind of look around my big dragon body, like slapping around, going, "What mark? What mark? Do you mean this heart?"
I know not what the humans of Earth have done to pervert my mother's being, but her her distinct essence is upon you. I have followed you from the air for the time that I could until you disappeared. And as my life draws to a close, I came here to Feywild lands to fertilize this soil for future generations. But I'm glad you found me. I've been sending you messages. And you believe he's referring to the times that you lose control, turn into fire, barf all over everyone, and everything else.
Okay.
Would that you could be here sooner, but...
Well, you have to understand that form of communication was chaotic at best. I didn't understand. It didn't sound like anyone looking for me. It just felt like I was having some sort of fit, some sort of episode.
The humans who imprisoned me where you found me did things to me. And then he lifts up a wing, and you see underneath there are places where the scales have been ripped off, and there are like demonic inscriptions carved into his flesh and scarred over. And then he lowers it back down. I'm still the same being I was, but...
Are you saying the heart that beats within my chest is your mother's?
Unmistakable.
Well, that is weird. What would you have me do? It's the only one I have.
If you would grant me this wish, that I could speak with my mother as I pass into the next journey. I have not long now. The Archfey saw to that. And he goes... and you've never heard a dragon cough before, but he goes... no, just kidding. It's not like... It's like... and then you hear blood sort of bubbling and curdling in his throat.
Gross.
Show me this kindness, mortal. And I will show you how to save your planet and do what the dragon flight thousands of years ago failed to complete.
I will glance at Stanley and go, ooh, as if like, hey, look who's going to save the world. And then I'll say, do what is needed. I can't but trust you. I don't know what else to do. Do you need me in this form? Would you prefer I was back to my human self?
I know not what the humans did to you, as I know not what they did to me. Why don't you try asking her?
And again, she's my heart now, right?
I don't know. Is she?
What was her name?
Kaz Desiree.
Kaz Desiree. All right. Nash in dragon form will very stupidly look at his chest and go, he'll like knock on it and go, Cash Desiree, if you're part of me, inside of me, around me, make yourself known. Apparently your son is visiting.
And with that, you immediately lose control of your body, and the dragon form of Nash begins floating. The wings begin flying up, and you sort of move to like, it's very difficult in this small room, but you know when a dragon is flying vertically, so your wingspan's like this, but your body is upright as it begins flying, and your neck bends in and curves in to make sure it fits in, and then you expose your stomach as you move forward, spread open, and then the sinews of your chest begin unraveling, and then your rib cage begins opening up as large extended parts of the rib cage open up, and then your heart sort of slides out of your dragon chest, and it looks like a big massive piece of machinery as the flesh carries it out in front of your chest. And you see like gauges on it, you know, and you can tap on the gauge, and there's all these little gauges, and you see them better as the blood sort of slows off the side, and your heart opens up as if you've opened up some power you never realized you had, and the chest opens up, and from it an orange and golden light emanates from your heart and then projects a large spectral dragon in the same shape as you, but and you're sort of looking at this like, holy shit, this is coming out of my chest or what? And everyone else can't believe what they're seeing. And the spectral dragon settles down on top of the black dragon that you met and puts an arm across between the eyes of the dragon and appears to scratch in between the scales. And it's very mammalian in nature, which Varel, you find confusing because this spectral dragon appears to caress and scratch the under chin and the top of the dragon in some sort of comforting mother way that is mammalian in nature and not lizard-like at all. But that's what happens. And you hear the voice of the spectral dragon go, "Shh, Yoshalar." And the spectral dragon, ignoring all of you, begins singing a lullaby to Yoshalar. It's not one I've written, so I'm not going to sing it. But I think on that note, we're going to end the show there this week and leave it at that.
Ooh, things got weird now. I kept thinking, oh man, Nash is going to be tied up in plants all day, and it won't. Today's episode will have zip shit to do with him. Nope. And turns out not at all. All right, well.
Nope. Now you're in
Black
the hot
dragon.
seat. Surprise.
Yeah, hot dragon, hot seat.
Black dragon.
All the black dragons. Let's get this on next week and find out where the hell this goes. Well done. Great stuff. As always, dear listeners, if you like what you hear here on the show, you're encouraged to head on over to therewillbedungeons.com. And there you will find our Dungeons Plus program where you can sign up and become a member. We'd love it if you did because it helps keep the lights on and helps this show flourish and survive. Again, that's over at therewillbedungeons.com. Go check it out today. And you'll find everything else there you need as well. I think that will do it for us. What else? That's it. I think that's it. We'll be back next Sunday with another episode, and you'll find out what happens when you come back then. So for me, for Bo, for John, for Kyle, for Kristen, and for Baby Chunks, we'll see you next time. This show is part of the Frog Pants Network.
Frog Pants Network.
Get more shows like this at frogpants.com. Yeah.
GG.
What an episode.